we have to add 3 credits. What kind of credits?
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
No, they just want a 150-word bio.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be credits. Just be like, you know, she grew up in so-and-so. She's.
I can do that. I got that.
Yeah.
On lock.
Write a fun bio. If you don't have credits, don't worry.
You're only a writer. Yeah, I don't have like I have writing credits, but do you really care? Caitlin doesn't intern.
Pick up to be whoever you want to be.
No.
Yeah, I tap dance.
I had a question. Oh my god, I couldn't sleep one day. Your story.
Oh my god.
Your story about tap dancing. Do you mind me asking? So
what?
She has a question
about her tap dancing.
Story about tap dancing.
Yeah, how could she
But you were tap dancing with your real dad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But didn't you think that you're adopted till you got adult and then they told you that you're adopted?
No. I knew that was not my real dad, but I didn't really get what that meant. Like, I just didn't quite understand. Like, I knew there was another guy that had been my biological father, but then
It's hard to understand.
I kind of just thought he was like an important guy that I should know.
So I tap
It goes with so cute. Black, white, brown, red.
Like she said, that's
I'll be
wearing
this.
I was like,
oh,
Spider-Man.
Awesome.
I'm gonna tap it.
That is so cute.
That's so interesting.
Good.
All right, so guys, tell me your comedy wins for the week.
Wait, I have a concern. I didn't get the email from
Oh,
Flappers.
You didn't? They probably spelled your name wrong because it's MEREDITH. And a lot of marriages spell it MERI.
Yeah.
Right? But I was very careful to put it.
And then there's a pesky A that people sometimes forget in between the Meredith and the O'Leary. So they might have forgotten the A.
I will resend it. Yeah. Anyone else have any wins for the week? Anything good?
I did open mic.
Yeah? Where?
At the Fourth Wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was my first time there. I really like other comedians there. They felt like,
Oh, they were nice?
yeah, they were
Supportive?
very nice.
Good.
And the material was really good. And
Great.
yeah, so good.
Wonderful. Okay. You guys starting to feel like your sets are coming together? If you're at these open mics, you're probably doing 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, 5 minutes. They need some establishing.
Is silence part of it?
When you guys perform at Flappers, there's going to be a real audience there, and you're going to have to hold for laughs. It's going to be so exciting. Because you're so used to performing for nothing and nobody and getting nothing back. When you have a real audience, you're going to be thrilled. You're going to be on cloud 9, believe me. It's always a high. There's always a high that comes out of the show.
Will be high.
Yeah, there's always a high. Thought about drinking a glass of wine.
The girls are always like,
Do we get to see each other perform?
Yeah.
Like, do we,
yeah, we'll all sit in the audience and watch.
It's like you compare myself.
Yeah.
Like supports each
Welcome
other.
back.
It'll be just like every other day.
So, anyone else have anything to add?
I have a show on next Saturday if anybody wants to come. It's at Medium to Sew in Hollywood. Tickets are cheap. I can give you probably a discount if you want them. It'll be fun.
Yay.
Madam Tussauds?
Yeah. The Wax Museum in Hollywood.
What are they doing in
That's
the
cool.
Wax Museum?
In the actual museum.
That place is very creepy.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's actually about it.
We should go. Just to see what's in there.
What didn't you like?
It's art.
Everything's
So did you guys write your bait and switches?
Yeah.
Wasn't it hard?
I
Yeah.
don't know if I did it.
It's supposed to be hard.
I think we say that. Everybody's supposed to be hard.
Let me just say this. If you can crack this one, and figure out how to write a bait and switch, you can write any kind of joke there is for the rest of your life. Because they're the hardest joke to write, but they always work. If you ever watch Anthony Jeselnik, that's all he does.
I know, that's all I listened to over the last week. And then it actually intimidated me to the point where I was like, I gotta quit. I can't do this.
Yeah.
He's too good.
He's a good writer.
Holy
Anthony
shit.
who?
Anthony Jeselnik.
And then there's Wendy Liebman,
Should
of
have
course,
good ones too.
who's good. Okay, who wants to go first? I can't wait to hear it.
Go for it. No, I was just, that was a...
It was a stretch.
who's excited about theirs?
Oh. This isn't me saying I'm excited.
I always am until I get out there and then I'm like, no one, no one got it.
So
No one got it.
it's supposed to be, and no one's excited.
It's random, right?
Hi guys. Okay. so I was seeing this guy, and it was going like okay, we're having some fun, but he really wanted to do anal. And I was like, that's kind of a lot, you know? I'm just not really that kind of girl, like, saving anal for my wedding night. Okay, I have one more. I live in one of those old apartments in Hollywood that are like really thin walls, and you can hear everything, and my roommate, not my roommate, excuse me, I don't have a roommate, my neighbor, is really loud. Like, I know way too much about what's going on in her life. And lately, she and her boyfriend have been fighting, and they're just like arguing and screaming and crying really late into the night, like 1 or 2 in the morning. And it sucks, you know? Like, it makes it impossible for me to masturbate. That's it.
That's good. Yeah, I think you would take a pause. Like, it's really hard for me to masturbate.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to write that one exactly because I want you guys to think I'm talking about sleeping.
Right.
But I wasn't sure if that was going to come across.
It's so distracting. It's really hard to get a good night's masturbating in.
Yeah, I was like, it's really hard to get in a good masturbate. I was like, that's a fucking weird way to say it.
A good masturbator.
A good night's masturbate.
Like a weird
Jerk offs, jerk sesh.
Yeah.
Good.
Masturbation.
DJ booth.
Touch myself in peace.
Masturbation.
Touch me.
Yeah, I may have to move because I want to be able to masturbate in private. I masturbate in silence.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's getting really hard to hear myself masturbate. Instead of hear yourself think. I don't know. Sorry.
I barely hear myself masturbate.
I can't hear my fantasy.
I can barely hear myself masturbate.
Yes!
That's funny.
I like
What about the
keep your ears open, ladies. That's what's really hot about it.
what about your first one?
The first one?
Uh-huh.
What about it?
Do that again.
Do it again? Okay.
Anal. Everybody loves anal. Well, I mean, not everybody.
Except for, well,
It's a new sitcom.
okay. Everybody loves anal. Yeah, so I was seeing this guy, and it was like going okay, we're having fun, but he really wanted to do anal. And I was like, I don't know about that. Like, I'm not really that kind of girl. You know, I'm saving anal for my wedding night.
So that's not a bait and switch, right? Because
Yeah,
in the
I guess
bait and
it's not
switch, you
really.
got to make people think that you're going in this one direction.
Well, I
That's
guess
a twist.
what I thought
Yeah.
it was a, like, you think I just am like, I don't do anal. Like, that's gross.
But you don't do that in this joke. You go, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so how would I, the way I say it is I'm not that kind of girl.
So maybe if you're like,
I'm
oh
saving-
my god, oh, like as if I would,
Uh-huh,
and then you're like, I'm saving that for marriage.
Is that what
right. I
how
was
would
like,
that before my
Obviously,
wedding
Um,
night?
I'm saving that for marriage.
why would I have anal sex with you? I'm saving that for my wedding night. I don't know. I have to figure out how to do
That is totally reserved for marriage.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Unless you're married.
Saving anal for my wedding night.
No, you got to say that. Okay, that is only for marriage. You know, so you want people to say that is disgusting.
Yeah.
Anal, that is
Could you
for my husband only.
Well, it's on my
send
wedding night.
Wedding night, yeah.
Could it be set up so it's like that is third date material? So maybe it's not actual marriage, but it's like you set up that this was the first time we hooked up.
I guess. I just think it's funny to save anal for your wedding night.
No, that part is
Yeah.
right.
You definitely.
I like that
Gross. Why would you do that?
too. It's like the Mormon thing, you do every single thing but intercourse. Like everything but.
I do.
Oh.
Listen, you're not on trial. It doesn't need to be like factual to your life.
Yeah.
Nobody knows your
It's
anal
funny about
history.
it.
It is funny to say wedding night, anal for wedding night, but it doesn't work in the context of this joke for bait and switch purposes.
Yeah.
Unless you say this guy wanted me to hook up with him, and I said, you know, I'm sorry, but I don't have pre-anal sex.
So that makes it sound like you have sex
premarital
before
anal.
you have anal sex.
I don't have premarital anal.
Premarital anal.
Premarital
Premarital
I
anal.
wanted to hook up with me, and I had to tell him, "Look, I'm sorry, but I don't have premarital anal."
That's what he thought hooking up meant as well.
And then you can say, I saved that shit for my wedding night.
Boom, that's
funny.
it. Yeah.
I
That
saved
way
that
you have your
shit.
line.
Please don't say shit.
Okay. What to think about here.
I think the
of
phrase
process.
premarital anal
Yeah.
is so stupid.
That is so
it
funny.
sounds so funny.
I like
That sounds so
it.
But I see where you
So
like
would I
the-
say hook up, or can I say like he, we were like hooking up and things were cool, but he wanted to do butt stuff. And I
You can
was
say
like,
that.
I don't do
Butt stuff.
premarital anal.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm saving
Yeah.
that for my wedding
He
night.
wanted to
Yeah,
do,
that's funny.
yeah,
Yeah,
he wanted
like,
to
so
do
we
butt
gotta save
stuff, and I was
something for
like,
my wedding
oh God, I don't do premarital anal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll save that shit for my wedding.
Yes.
You guys really want me to say shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shit on my wedding night.
I'm gonna shit on
Just a little anal here. She's fine.
Someone's getting shit somewhere.
But it's funny. Good job. Good job. It's only jokes about masturbation and anal, but they're funny.
What else? What else is there?
Hi girls, I'm Lola. So I'm a young girl, immigrant in Hollywood, and when the times were tough, my Russian girlfriends told me that I have to find an old rich man. And I gotta admit, I did consider that option because it's no secret that I do miss my grandpa. That was it. Thank you. I have another one. Hi guys. No. Hi guys. Jesus brought me here tonight. He taught me a lot of things. He opened my eyes, told me to be grateful, listen to my heart. His Uber rating was 4.9.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, okay.
That's good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Maybe you could I just really, before I get started, I really want to thank Jesus. Before I get into my act, I really want to thank Jesus. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that even sounds, more.
He brought me here. I was like Uber.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, before I begin my set, I would just want to thank Jesus. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here tonight.
Yeah. That's good.
And he was my Uber driver.
Cool.
So try it.
Cool. Oh, I'm gonna try it.
Without saying that he brought me here, because I really like he brought me. Hi everybody. Before starting tonight, I really wanted to thank Jesus. Sorry. Sorry, I just don't believe in God, that's why. So. Okay. Hi everybody. Before starting, I really want to... I'm so sorry. I really wanted to
She's never said these words before in her life.
Okay.
Oh my god, she's a demon.
Oh, okay. I just believe in that.
She's Russian.
Same thing.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. I really wanted to thank Jesus. Without him, I wouldn't be here tonight. Okay, sorry. Okay, it's just a joke. I can do it. Okay. Okay, hi everybody. I just really want to thank Jesus. Without him, I won't be here tonight. He brought me here.
No, he was my.
He taught me a lot of things, right?
Nope, he was my Uber driver. Just
he was my Uber driver?
Super simple, yeah.
Okay, I just want to thank.
Before I get into my set, I just want to take a minute.
Before I begin my set, I just want to take a minute and really thank Jesus, because without him, I won't be here tonight. He was my Uber driver.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Yeah, there you go.
I believe in a higher power.
You could be like, yeah, he took a lot of cross streets.
He took a lot of side streets, right?
Yeah.
Side streets?
Cross.
Oh. Never mind.
Yeah, I felt blessed all the way.
Or you could say I really felt blessed the whole way as we crossed every street.
I feel really blessed that we didn't hit traffic.
I'm just, you know what? You could just end it like this. I'm just really glad he didn't leave me hanging.
Oh. That's a
Good night. I can't right now. I can't.
Sorry if somebody believes in Jesus specifically, I didn't mean.
I'm the girl in middle class that like can't concentrate, like I can't get it together, so I'm like I'm secret laughing with somebody, so that was I was
like, yeah.
Don't look at me right
But
now.
you got good job, Lola.
Woo! Good job, Lola.
You are lying!
I'm sorry. Just okay, I'm not an ape. Don't do that. So rude. And
What is
accurate.
it?
She was like, you were like,
The girls are fighting.
Hey everybody. Oh god, I sound horrible. Hey everybody, what's up? Hey.
Is that someone I would date?
Talk to me after the show. Whenever I'm faced with a really difficult task, I like to stop, take a breath, relax, and find someone else to do it for me.
I love that.
Thank you. My mom says if I keep sleeping around, no one's going to want to marry me. And I said, Mom, that is so not true. If I don't sleep around, no one's going to put me in their movie. I don't know. I don't think that's really a bait and switch, but I thought of it before class.
I
and
like
said,
it.
Fuck it. Okay, that's all I got. These were really hard.
Yeah, they were, huh? But you did good.
No notes?
I take a deep breath and I sit myself down and I find someone to do it for me. I love that.
Okay, cool.
That's really good.
Sweet.
Maybe I wonder if you could get specific about the task.
All I said was it was a difficult task. Could be whenever. Yeah, I don't know how.
Or how about when I'm at work and I'm asked to do a really difficult?
Oh yeah, whenever I'm at work and my boss asks me to do something really difficult, I like to stop, take a breath, relax, and find one of my coworkers to do it for me.
I like find someone else.
Find someone else to do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You think the specificity is funnier of it being at work?
Well, let me think. Because what kind of task is there, like, that you have to do that's really difficult? Like,
Nothing. My job is soul sucking. There's things I just don't want to do, just straight up, because they're just like not fun. But
yeah.
Yeah, like syncing files or something like that. It's like really
Yeah,
boring.
it's really good. It's just that it didn't get a laugh like I should have.
Mm. Well, maybe the audience sucks tonight.
You guys
Not every night's gonna be a good night, you know? Some nights are up here just eating shit. I don't know. Any input from the peanut gallery that I love so much? Anybody? Did I not connect on a personal level?
You did, but then you just shit all over us.
Touche.
Now we're like,
The blonde in the back. Mm-hmm.
she's not in the back, she's just tall.
I'm your ride home.
Yeah. You're cool, I like you.
Isn't that kind of like a rule of three? Because I relaxed, I did this, and then I found somebody else to do it.
Yeah, it is a rule of three, but sometimes a bait and switch and a rule of three can be combined and they're very powerful.
Right, so it
Yeah.
it is
No,
a
I
good
like,
joke.
I like the mental image where you're like trying to get zen about it. So you regather, regroup, and then
Yeah,
like,
so I have to sit, I have to regroup,
light a serenity candle.
breathe, and then find somebody else to do it for me.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Cool. The other one, I don't know, isn't really a bait and switch, but it is.
The movie? I like it.
Oh, yeah. That one is true, though. My mom said I would never get married as long as I keep sleeping around, so I thought, this will teach her to talk shit to me.
If I don't sleep around, no one will put me in their movie.
Cool.
Oh. Thank you so much.
There's a wall there every time.
Never did it before tonight.
Hey, I'm Meredith.
Meredith.
So recently I came out to my parents as bisexual, and my dad, he didn't really take it very well. He was like, oh my god, no, this is totally my fault. It's all my fault. And I was like, Dad, that's like not how these things work. And he was like, no, I'm also really indecisive. I have one more. So I went on a lot of bad dates. I went on a date with a guy once who picked me up while we were driving in bumper-to-bumper traffic down Santa Monica Boulevard. He wrote his phone number on a piece of paper and stuck it to the window, and I actually went out with him. I know. Who takes Santa Monica Boulevard? That is great.
Yeah.
That's a bait and switch. Yes. Perfect. Good bait and switch.
Write one for me.
They're really hard to write.
Yeah, right mine, they are.
Good job, Meredith.
I'm not sure if you're allowed to say they are really hard to write after you just nailed it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, they are really hard.
Well,
It took
nailed
me a long
it.
time.
This one took longer.
Nailed it. I love your hair flip.
Oh, yeah, you.
Every time she gets over
I know, her hair flip.
Rush hour. You say you took it at rush hour?
Yeah, we'll bumper to more traffic. I should say rush hour.
Yeah, because people do take Santa Monica, but maybe not. Who does that during rush hour?
We're here for you!
Alright, yeah, this was really tough. So I live with 5 women.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's true what they say. We really do sync up spiritually. We have a prayer meeting every night that's concluded with a pillow fight. Yep, okay. Hey, did you guys, hey, did you guys hear boxed water is better? That's good because I didn't know it wasn't doing very well in the first place. Oh. Yeah, that's what I got.
All right, let's see. Okay, do the first one again. We sync up spiritually.
I live with 5 women, and
That's true.
yeah, that's true. And it's true what they say. You know, when 5 women live together, you really do sync up. Spiritually.
Period.
I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
I don't want. Yeah.
I don't even think you need to say synced up. I think you can say it's true what they say. When 5 women live together, and they all, and then go somewhere completely different with it.
Okay. Okay.
Don't even need to say sync up. Just go. You know, when it's I live with 5 women. It's true what they say. Around the same time every month, we all.
Okay,
have
yeah,
bills
do
on
something
time.
really weird.
Yeah, we all miss rent.
That sounds a lot better.
You know, around the same time each month, we all avoid our landlord. You know?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Good job.
All right.
Yeah. Is that really true? You live with 5 women?
Actually, 6.
Why do you never talk about this?
It's like because I'm still in it. You know, when you're like,
But you don't
it's
talk
so
about
fresh.
it while you're still there.
Like all of them, you know.
In an apartment or something? A house you guys all just live together?
Huh?
In a house you guys just all like
Yeah.
just share
It's like a sorority house.
It is
Yeah,
like a sorority
2
house,
of
that's
them
what
are
I was gonna
in a relationship with each other, and
Mhm.
then one
Oh.
of them is her sister, and she, and then there's like another house that's kind of like its own thing, and then there's like a boyfriend, you know, like the boyfriends of the others that also kind of live. It's like a big thing.
Is it a
Where's
house?
this? You're so cute.
Is it a house?
It's in Laurel Canyon.
obviously.
It's a really old castle. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That is very.
Maybe
I live in an
it's-
old castle
it's-
with 5,
it's
6
haunted.
women.
It is, yeah, with a man in a top hat.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
Whose
You've seen the
castle?
ghost?
Which castle is it? Whose?
Off what street?
Lookout.
What is that?
Yeah, Lookout Mountain on the left.
She was in a place on Lookout.
Yeah.
And is it on the right, if you're going down Lookout?
Yeah.
Like maybe like a half a mile down?
Mm-hmm.
She knows way too much about this.
Yeah.
I see.
Just kill her after.
What is that face? It's scaring me. Well, the house is scary, right?
It's a little scary.
I've never seen an actual ghost, but our landline does call itself every night at 1:22 in the morning.
What
and
the
go through
fuck?
3 ring cycles.
No. No, burn it.
It's bone
You guys have a landline?
Yeah.
That's
Great bait and switch.
that's a bait and switch.
That's a great bait and switch.
Like, what the fuck? You have a landline?
That's funny.
That's a good bait and switch, yay.
All right. These were very hard. I'm Casey. Killian, hello. I'm gonna use a cheat sheet. So I was watching one of those Goalcast videos that you guys see on Facebook. If you don't know what that is, Goalcast videos are like these motivational videos that make me realize that I'm never gonna live up to my full potential. And this one was about a girl who woke up at 18 and realized she didn't know very much about herself or what she wanted out of life. Spoiler alert, I'm 32 and I don't know very much about myself or what I want out of life. And she decided that she would go to the Himalayas and find herself. But what she found when she got there were orphans, a lot of them. And she decided that they needed someone and that that someone should be her. So she called her parents and she asked them to wire her $5,000 so that she could start an orphanage for these kids. And now she has raised and is raising 200 orphans. And I'm just like, how can I get her parents to wire me $5,000? That's one.
Well, that's good. That's a bait and switch. You got it.
I did the assignment
Yeah.
correctly. Okay, so my husband and I were cuddling this weekend in the morning, and I tend to ruin really sweet or sexy moments with him, always. And he said something really sweet to me, and I said, "You only like me because of my boobs." And he turned and he looked at me really, really earnestly, and he said, "Baby, I love you." And I was like, "Thank you." And then a couple minutes passed, and he says, "Because of your boobs." I don't think that that's a bait and switch, though.
No, could be.
Okay.
How about I like you, but I love your boobs? No.
You said I only like you. You only like
I
me
said, "You
for
only
my
like me
boobs?"
because of my boobs." And he goes, "Baby, I love you."
No, that's not true. I only love you for your boobs.
What, so you don't love me for my boobs?
That's not a bait and switch, is it?
I think it is if you say like, I love you for your boobs. Like if you string them together. Just take a little pause.
I just took, like, that's
If he
kind
goes,
of what
that's
I
not
did
true.
do.
I love you for your boobs.
Yeah, I think you
Better
the
than
pause
like,
actually
yeah.
lose it.
He needs to say that's not
You
true.
think the pause loses it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because it's like you're going, that's not true. And then he took a minute and went, oh, and you like lose that momentum from the joke, so it should just be like, that's not true. I love you for your boobs.
Yeah.
But should I still pause? That's not true, I love you. Because of your boobs.
No, it just, you need to go really fast into
Fast.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's not true. You only like me for my boobs. That's not true. I love you for your boobs.
Okay.
I love you because of your boobs.
Okay. Okay. I have another one, but it's really long, so I don't want to do it.
No, do it.
It's really long.
It's okay.
And I just, like, I came up with it late, so I just, like, added it in. I was like, let's do it! And then I'm like, I don't want to do it! My husband and I just got a new mattress, which is, as a married couple, one of the highlights of the year for us. And it came today. And it's in a box. We'll have to like unroll it. And so I told him that I was going to maybe unbox it now so that I could get the cardboard into the recycling, which has to go out tonight. Another exciting feature of being married, conversations like that. And so he was like, yeah, but like maybe we'll want to keep the box. Like what if we want to return it? And I was like, baby, mattresses are like babies. Once they come out of the box, they cannot go back in the box. That's what fire stations and dumpsters are for. This is baby.
Dumpsters.
So that's it. Those are the jokes.
It's not that long.
Right, I was feeling insecure about it, so I lied a little. It's not that long. I just didn't do it.
Those are all very good jokes.
Thanks.
You shouldn't be so hard on yourself because you're a good joke writer.
That's 100% of my life. I should probably be less hard on myself.
Yeah, what is
But
that
thank you.
about? Because
I don't know.
you did a great job with this
Thanks.
exercise.
Thanks.
I know it's hard.
Here we go. Hi, I'm Alex Brown.
Hi, Alex.
My friends and family are really concerned about me because I lost 20 pounds very suddenly. They won't stop bothering me and asking me all these questions like, how did this happen? Are you doing all right? Do you want to talk to someone about it? It's 20 freaking pounds. I keep trying to tell them I'm fine, but they won't seem to listen. They really love my dog. How do you stop a dog from humping your leg? Give him a hand job.
No!
Speaking of hooking up, I was blowing a guy this other night, and he just totally farted. Stepbrothers are the worst. Funny, you're in my hand, sorry. You know what I love most about sex? Blackmail. It's the best part. You get paid twice. The other one was, you know what I love most about sex? Blackmail. It's the best part. You get to fuck them twice.
I like you get paid twice.
I like you get paid twice because it implies I'm a whore.
Yeah, it does. Well, a hooker. I mean, you can still be a whore.
Did they work?
No, those are all good jokes. I don't know about.
Because everyone just looks really shocked.
You went really fast through all of them.
I do. Okay, yeah, I do that. 'Cause
But which one do you think is the bait and switch?
I had hoped all of them.
Okay, let's hear the first one again.
My friends and family are really concerned about me because I lost 20 pounds very suddenly. They won't stop asking me questions and bothering me. They won't stop bothering me, asking me questions like, how did this happen? Are you doing all right? Do you want to talk to someone about it? It's 20 freaking pounds. I try to tell them I'm fine, but they won't seem to listen. They really love my dog.
I missed the past tense love the first time. I thought you said they really love my dog. And
Yeah,
really
love.
Oh, they really
Yeah.
loved my dog.
Yeah.
I wonder
So I
if
was
she
like-
could say. I wonder if she could say they really miss my dog.
Yeah.
That might be clearer
Okay.
because in case people don't hear the loved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And then I followed it with.
Yeah, that's a bait and switch
Yeah.
for sure. But it's a little sad. Like it's not like hilarious because
Yeah.
people are like, oh.
I did it.
They're not excited to laugh about it, you know?
Yeah.
And then following it with the
How
hand
do
up
you
of the
get
dog
a
is a
how do
little
you
rough.
yeah, well, how do you get a dog to stop humping your leg? Give it a hand job. The original punchline was take it outside and suck its dick.
Oh my god.
I dumbed it. I made it milder for you guys. I had a lot of fun.
I like to
with
take it outside
Take it
and suck it
outside.
dick. Yeah.
That implies you're like, you have manners.
You have manners, you're not going to do it in the house.
Yeah.
But maybe you take it outside and
Is
give it a
that
hand
not
job.
considered a bait and switch?
The dog one?
How do you get a dog to stop humping your leg?
Just the way you're phrasing it, makes it sound like a jokey joke. Like if you set it up another way.
Like my friend's dog's always humping my leg. That kind of
So I'd really had enough, so I took it outside and I gave it a hand job.
Yes.
Yeah, that's more of a
You
bait
think
and
it's gonna
switch.
I just took it outside and released it.
Yeah.
Or all my friends think that I'm like the dog whisperer. Like anytime that one of them has a dog who honks, they don't know how to get it to stop, but I do. You take it outside and give it a hand job.
I think that might be tipping it though, because you're saying that you know how to deal with it.
Rather than okay.
Instead of saying it like, how do you get a dog? Don't do that setup. Do the setup that we just talked about, and I think it'll work better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And then after you do it, just go, hey guys. And if they go, oh, if they groan, because you might not get a laugh, might get a groan, you can go, hey, it was the original punchline was I was going to take it outside and suck its dick. So I toned it down for you
Or
guys.
you could say, hey, it's easier than sucking its dick.
Yeah. It's not like I swallowed.
Oh.
Getting this so.
I know. Yeah, it was fun, really fun workshopping the different.
Or you could be like, oh, it's I only do it with male dogs.
Was this so? The next one, I was sucking a guy's dick the other night and he farted. Oh, stepbrothers are the worst.
Yeah.
Is that not a bait and switch also?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It's
It
just
is.
gross. I know.
We just have so many questions.
I'm not allowed.
I don't want to know the answers to any.
Coincidentally, I'm not around. I'm not allowed around pets or relatives.
Family reunions are tough.
That's funny.
Rom coming
And
up.
then you know what I love most about sex? Blackmail. It's the best part. You get paid twice.
I keep thinking you're saying black men.
Blackmail. Yeah, sorry.
Like
It's
blackmail.
right, yeah, I need to work on my
that's what you're
enunciation.
meaning, right? You're trying to lead everyone down
No.
like you're having sex with a black man?
She's trying to.
Just any other thing about sex, like
Yeah.
when a guy comes on you, or
Wait, say
like
the
when
joke
you.
Your cum face.
Oh, yeah, nothing to do with
When it
black
comes
guys.
on you.
It's nothing to do with black guys.
You know what I love most about sex? Blackmail. It's the best part. You get paid twice.
Oh, see, I totally thought black men because I mean they
No.
they can go longer,
What?
you know. So I was totally somewhere else. You do get paid twice. It goes in your tits, you know.
It goes in your tits.
I mean, yeah, that was hard.
Good job.
Yeah.
You broke 4 jokes, Alex. You guys are doing a fucking awesome job with this exercise. I'm telling you, a lot of people don't even try. They go home, they work on it, they try, and then they just bring in something totally different.
That's me. I can do it.
I decided, fuck your exercise.
But
and I
you
broke
weren't
this-
here last
But
week,
you
so
emailed me and I tried and I was like, what the fuck, I can't do this. But let me just do something off the whim that I thought of that probably isn't gonna work.
okay, but you have to record if it's a joke that you're writing.
Okay, well this is a joke, I already told you guys, so I need to see if this works.
Okay.
Okay. I'm literally like thinking about it right now. What am I gonna say? Okay. Okay, I as you know, like I really like older men and I just think there's like a lot of benefits to being with like an old man, right? Because they treat you like a princess, they're really mature, and they die sooner than later, so you can just like move on.
You can just move on. Yeah, you shortened it. Yeah.
Does that work? Is
Yeah.
that age? Really? It's not funny though, no.
I feel your pain.
What?
I feel your pain. That was.
They die sooner.
Instead of the die sooner, you would kind of expect that though. Since
I
there's
know,
something
I know.
that's like completely different than them dying, because you expect them to die when they're old.
Yeah.
Well, I liked what you had originally in that joke about having a commitment issue, and that's why you like dating older men.
Right.
So maybe
Yeah.
that's more the bait and switch. Like your last thing is like, and they die sooner, so you know, like, and I don't know, something.
Okay, so
yeah.
how I had written it, not a bait and switch, was like I think I you know, like I really like older men, but I think it's because I have a commitment issue. I think I have a commitment issue, and you know, like, I totally forgot the joke, but I have a commitment issue.
Yeah.
Maybe you could say I have a hard time in relationships, and I have a fear of commitment, which is why I only date really old guys. Will people make that jump?
I mean, I think that. the
Oh,
commitment
because I
part
did
of the
say,
punchline is
I did
kind
say,
of
well,
funny.
because I'm a really loyal person. You know, I have a commitment issue, but I'm a really loyal person. So I just think it kind of works out because by the time they're ready to die, I'm ready to cheat, but I don't have to cheat because they just die. And then it's like a win-win, right? Because I get to be loyal. and then I get to move on.
It's a little bit complicated for an audience, I think. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
a lot of
following because I've
sift
heard it
through.
a few times
Yeah.
now, but I
Yeah.
What
think
if-
for a first-time audience, it'll be hard to
I think
follow.
it's good that like they treat me like a princess, they spoil me, and I never have to break up with them because
Yeah.
they die.
They die.
Yeah.
Okay, so I really
That's
like
what I-
older men
Yeah.
because I mean there's just a lot of benefits, right? You get treated like a princess, they're very mature, and then what?
Like, and I never have to break up with them.
Oh,
because
okay,
they
so I
die.
get treated like a princess, they're very mature, and I just never have to break up with them because they die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no dramatic breakups, you know, because they die.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
And there's
That's
like
fun.
no hassle when
There's
you're,
never a dramatic breakup because they die.
because they die.
Yeah. There's no dramatic breakup. Yeah.
They die.
Yeah.
Because it leads you to think that it's because they're being mature.
Right,
because
right.
they're
Oh,
older.
and they're mature.
And then it's like, no, because they die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they die.
And funerals are much more fun than weddings.
And it's a win-win because I look great in black.
Ah. Yeah.
With a
Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah.
and it's a win-win because like I love black. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I have another one, and I don't know how to do it. But anyways, you made me realize this thing. So in college, I was picking up my guy friend. I don't know how to say this. This is a true story, and this is really gross. But so you can help me with how you write this as a joke. So basically, this woman I knew, she became like really famous. She was in the newspaper, and I was like, wow, you're doing such a good job at, what do you call that place? Like where a funeral parlor, like where you get ready the people.
Mortuary?
Yeah, working at the mortuary. And it was like really amazing because she was like getting publicized for being there. And then I found out she had, is it necrophilia?
Necrophilia.
Or it was a guy, and he was having sex with dead
Roll up.
bodies.
Roll.
Necrophilia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What made you think of that?
Was it Alex?
Did you say
Wait, did you say I just got lost in the story. You're saying that you were picking up someone, your guy friend?
Yeah, and then I found this story out. But how would you write that as a bait and switch? Like, how would you be like? How would you lead the audience down to
I think
something?
it maybe something about changing it into like a guy you're seeing and he's super successful or something.
He was in the newspapers and everything for fucking the dead corpses.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's very successful. It's very easy for him because he's smart,
Yeah, he
loves
his
studying.
job.
He was in the newspaper.
The article was pretty good.
He loves
You
his
mentioned
job.
something about how you feel about yourself, if that, like, if you feel sort of dead inside, and he's a necrophilia.
That's a good.
There's something that could be there.
Oh, what about
Like he was
I-
fucking the
I-
shit out of them. Meanwhile, for me, I got nothing.
No, like I'm not really sexual.
What am I? What is my problem? I'm alive.
I have a pulse.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I could say,
I'm dead.
I
inside.
always have an
Does
issue
that
with men
count?
because I'm really not that sexual, and I just lay there. And they have an issue, and then I met this guy, and we were just like on the same page. I didn't have to do anything. But I mean, like, he went to jail for a little bit for necrophilia. How do you say that?
Necrophilia.
But I thought it worked out great.
Necrophilia.
Yeah.
I dated one guy that it worked with because he was a necrophiliac. Is that the right word? Yeah.
That relationship is dead.
Keeps
He was a
looking at me
necrophiliac.
Like I know. I don't know.
You
Okay,
know.
so it would be that like I'm not great at sex and I don't really like sex.
Why do you
Yeah,
think-
like
why do you
guys
think
always
you're
say
not
that I
good
just
at
lay
sex?
there.
Yeah,
Hmm?
and it's been really
Why
hard
are
for me
you-
to find somebody, and then finally
Why does she hate sex so much though? That's what's funny probably. Like why you hate sex or you
It's not
just
that I
lay
hate
there?
sex. I just
She just lays there.
I'm
Just lay there.
I'm really disinterested in the guys usually, and I'm weird, but I don't have sex a lot, and so
I mean, the way you could say it is like, guys say sometimes I just lay there, like, not having to internalize it, I guess. Like, okay, it really worked out great, but then we had to break up because it turned out he's necrophiliac.
Because it turns out he went to jail.
but isn't it more like kind of like gross, like how my mother worked of like going.
I think it should be
it's great.
I think it should be the other way around. I think it should be like, so this guy that I dated, I found out he went to jail for because he was working in a mortuary and he went to jail for necrophilia. And I was like, oh, no wonder he liked it when I just laid there. I think that should be the punchline.
Okay.
I thought I was good in bed. I thought I was bad in bed. but he liked it because I was just laying there.
With my eyes closed, saying nothing.
I'm dead. Like, what if she's like,
and I'm being dead inside.
it was really working out great until he went to jail, which is like really a fucking bummer, because.
Necrophilia is at
Or I
least
thought I
10 to
found the
life,
one because like it's really hard to find the right guy who like just respects the fact that I want to lay there when we have sex. And then all of a sudden, like he disappeared, and I saw in the newspaper he went to jail for necrophilia.
I think the joke though is that you lay there, not that he went to jail for necrophilia.
Yeah, the joke is that you just lay there. Yeah, that's why I want you to end
That's
with
why I
it.
should end with it. That's the funny part. Not that he went to jail for fucking necrophilia.
Yeah.
I mean, haha.
Good job, everybody.
No more bait and switches.
But if you could like concentrate on writing those every day, your act would be so fucking solid.
Oh,
If you really try to write to that level of a joke, of a bait and switch every time, you guys are gonna kill it.
My own comedy special. No time.
That's right.
Okay, next is, we did anxieties, right?
Yeah. Are we circle timing?
Yeah, circle timing it.
Circle time!
Circle jerk.
Casey's favorite.
Circle time. So it's only funny if they take the dog outside.
It's not funny at all, Alex.
Yeah, it
should
is.
be
You
jerking
should
off
have
dogs.
seen the dog.
Cats and baby.
I was like, my big
Can we take bathroom break?
No, it is funny. Yeah, let's take a break.
Implies that
Take a pee break.
you're gonna like take him outside and like
Or take him outside and throw it
I
on
love
your dog. Wait, he's like awkward too. So
how
dog
rodents
would
are just
Is this the one that doesn't like you?
yeah. Although now it's cold.
Like, you're gonna cuddle with me, you're gonna cuddle.
No, that's not fun without having your fur, bitch. Exactly.
It's like having a heating pad. Like having a live heating pad.
Yes, it's great.
If you ever get another cat that doesn't like you, just shave it then.
I do shave my other cat actually.
Oh my god, what's wrong with the people of this country?
Alright, is everybody
What do you
ready?
mean?
This is not my
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
I had a harder time with this than the big speeches.
too.
Oh really?
Which one is that?
No, I do, but they're
Things
like
you're anxious
very,
about.
very broad, generic.
General.
Like I don't have, like I know some people like they can't be in crowds, or if there's certain messes, or you know, like very specific things. But mine are like, what if I die alone?
Yeah. Me too. I wrote that.
I thought that was
I mean, I wrote them out. I wrote them out, but you know, just it also did not make me feel good.
Did you guys try and turn them into jokes?
Yes.
No,
Not really.
I mostly
But,
just
like, kind
cried a
of.
lot.
I tried to find the
Are
humor
they
in
funny?
them. I tried to find the humor in them.
No. Yeah, let's find the funny ones. So pull those out and go one at a time.
Sorry.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Something I get mild anxiety about is my ex-boyfriend seeing what I watch on his Netflix. Because I still use it. And
That's a
I'll
good
be like,
one.
oh, he's gonna like know that I watched a rom-com, and that's kind of embarrassing because like we used to watch like David Lynch movies together, and he's saying like, what's going on with her, and is she basic now?
That's funny. I like that.
So then you're forced to watch.
But then he watched
something
Wild
good.
Wild West like 3 times a month. I was like, what's going on with him?
Yeah. That's funny.
I was like, who is she?
Then you could be like, so now I'm purposely watching things just so I seem cool.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
exactly. Just put on documentaries and let
Indie
them go.
films.
Yeah.
Leave.
Indie films and Sundance.
Yeah, that's funny.
Cool.
Good.
I don't know, I don't think really any of mine are funny, but I have anxiety that I'm going to be late to places. So then I get there super early, but then I'm anxious that I'm too early. So then I sit in my car and I try to distract myself from the fact that I'm early, so then I'm late. Which gives me anxiety. So it's just this like circle.
Oh, that could be a very funny bit if you wrote it in like a list form.
Mm-hmm.
So I do this and then do that, which then gives me this, like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and make it super fast and say it word perfectly. People will laugh.
Okay.
Love it.
Don't get anxiety over saying it word perfectly.
What do you do when you like flubber up your words on stage?
You got to throw that joke out. It'll never work.
Oh.
If you float back,
You can't backtrack.
You just
right?
stop
You just like.
and move on.
move
Yeah.
on. You go up.
It won't work. You can't make a joke work if you stumble on the punch, the setup.
So you just like stop talking and just
Because
move
that
on to the
seems like
next
it's
joke.
You have to go, oh, fuck that one up. Next, moving on. Yeah, and just move on. Or just know that if you stumbled at all during your setup, the punchline won't work.
So still do it, but know
You
that
can
like
still do
it's
it,
not
but
your
just
fault that
know
it's
in
not
your
funny
head,
anymore.
just like, okay, well, this isn't gonna work. You know, it kind of fucked up. Yeah, it has to be. Because audiences can never laugh if they're nervous. And when somebody's a professional comedian fucks up their words, that makes them a little nervous, right? Because you're supposed to be the pro and you're supposed to have it all
The leader,
handled.
yeah.
Yeah. And it has to seem effortless and perfect.
No pressure.
Yeah.
And like you're just thinking of it all on the spot.
That's
You're
why.
just that brilliant. Just
Yeah.
thinking of it on the spot. Oh, that's a
Go
funny
on.
thing I just thought of.
So you can't remember it. You can't forget anything you didn't write in the first place. Okay. I get anxious that I'll find out I have an STD and then I'll have to tell all the boys I've slept with. And that's really scary because I don't remember half their names. So I don't know how I'd find them. I told you these are not funny. They're like, I was sitting there like really getting.
But if you got an STD, you wouldn't have to go back and tell everybody. You would just
Yeah, because
going
you guys-
forward, you have to tell people.
No, you also just have to tell
because
people.
if you
If you
discover
hear
it,
someone within the.
Within the bracket.
That's
If you're
a
sleeping
win.
around, you gotta also backtrack.
Because you don't know when you got it.
To let
Yeah.
everybody know that it was not
Yeah.
that it was not your
I
fault.
had a guy call me once and I was like, motherfucker.
He did? What did he say?
He was like, I know it happened after you because I know which bitch gave it to me, but I'm calling so that I'm being responsible. And it was while I was studying abroad in England and I was like, I don't have my health insurance here. This doesn't work well for me. But it was fine. And it was like a totally curable one and I didn't have it because he slept with her after me and it came from her. So it's fine. But you do. You call people.
Really?
The list of people.
I will continue to do it.
Call them.
Can't you just put a status update on Facebook?
I know.
All at the same time?
And if
Found
they
out I
like
have
it,
herpes
then
if I've slept with you within the last month.
Just put on your LinkedIn.
I
FYI.
unfriended all of them though, so that's gonna be tough.
why would you
your dad.
unfriend them?
I'm kidding.
All right, Alex.
Okay, mine is, I get anxious every time someone is eating me out, that I'm gonna let out a fart.
I hate that phrase.
Sorry. I get anxious every time someone's eating me out. 'Cause, I think I'm gonna let out a fart, so I can never really enjoy it because I'm always chanting in my head, don't fart, don't fart, don't fart. It's true.
That's true?
It's true.
Oh my god!
What are you eating?
Yeah.
You know what? I
Stop eating fruits and
relate.
fresh vegetables.
That happens to me sometimes, but also I think sometimes, what if I pee?
Well, no, and then
Like, that'll go through my head.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
don't
'cause-
pee.
Well, and they're like,
Maybe if you're gonna
comfort
go
me, and so I'm like, okay, I have to push but hold in at the same time, and push but hold in.
Maybe you should
like,
go to the
don't push
bathroom. The
the
difference
wrong
between
thing out.
pee and cum, how do you know, when you get a
I don't think you can do
age?
those things at the same time.
At the same-
Scientifically.
How do you know the
No,
difference
I
between?
Yeah, they won't know you peed your pants, you just say, oh, I came. Oops.
But are you ever like worried to relax because you're afraid you might pee a little?
No, I would rather pee all over
You go before like your mom
because
always
at least pee I
said.
can mask as cum.
Yeah.
No, you cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just more wet.
In his mouth.
No, just
I used
say,
to
you
go
just
on
say you're
Monday
just
nights.
really wet.
Sorry.
No, where's the AA meetings you were talking about, Lisa? Start doing that instead.
You should go to the bathroom before it starts.
Sometimes
Get it off. In the moment, I'm always like, let me go.
Well,
pee really
the
quick
problem
before
too
you go down on me.
is the coke makes you have to go.
When you do it. And
I mean, that's the
No,
problem.
and sometimes they just take you, and so you're like, okay, oh
No.
God, this
They're like,
happening.
and sometimes the coke makes you have to go.
the coat.
The coke
Okay.
makes you have to go.
Coca-Cola.
It does.
Yeah, you gotta take a shit.
Take a shit before.
What?
Yeah,
Coke
so,
makes you shit.
You
It's a
have
stimulant.
a
You use your bowels.
and so when you're baby wiping,
You a very gassy person.
No,
Do you eat a lot of
but
vegetables?
I'm
Only
just,
when someone's
because
face
you're
is down,
super
right?
you're like in the right, or like if from behind,
behind.
with the ass out, like oh my
I've never
God.
Don't do it from
considered myself a
behind.
prude.
until this class.
Yeah,
And I'm
don't
like,
do it from
oh,
behind.
Oh, but it feels great.
I know,
when
but
they,
then
like, ram you. It's nice. Sorry.
No, not section behind, eating out from behind. If you think you're gonna fart in his face.
Well, that's worse if
Just
he's like
fart.
licking if he's licking your ass. That's worse.
Down with the patriarchy. Just fart in his face.
Stick it to the
That's for
man.
women everywhere.
It's for fucking Susan B. Anthony.
You're like, no, but you wanted to think that you're classy. You don't want to fart. I'm a classy person.
If you fart and he doesn't mind, that's how you know you found the one.
Oh God.
Honestly, I probably want to pretend it didn't happen. So.
Well, no, I guess I shouldn't be worried because they don't call me afterwards anyway.
No, that's when you do like this. You're like, no, come up, come up, come up. We got to kiss. So that you can like make a noise, and you're like, I'm talking really loud.
He's like, are you farting?
Then you air it.
If you go on what Amber's saying, you bring them up for a kiss, and then you
In
start
all
farting
my years of
straight.
living,
That's so I know why you did that.
and all the times I've been eating out, I've never thought about farting.
Me neither. Like literally
Never.
Ever.
I've never thought about
If
it.
I feel gassy at all, I will tell my boyfriend, we can't have sex, I feel gassy, and I will avoid it.
Okay, yeah.
But this is someone
Like-
you're going to see again.
Okay, if you're never gonna see him again, fart is farting
cares?
Who cares?
Let it rip.
I mean, everybody in the room gets pissed off.
Is there some like
She's like, Lisa, and then everybody in the room gets pissed off. She farts.
Full on counseling. We're like,
Like she ruins the whole orgy.
Yeah. You ruin the whole.
You don't want to fart because you're going to ruin the entire orgy.
how did you get through the orgy?
I'll never get my
Orgies are better though because on the side you're here like this, and then you don't have to focus on
okay.
just you.
That was
Well,
fun.
Just say it was a queen.
Clearly got
Say it was a queen.
Yeah, just say you came when you fart.
doesn't know what
oh,
ball
that's
game is.
Oh my god. I literally say that to my
You didn't
girlfriend all
know
the
that
time.
that's what happens when you.
Oh, I'm done. Oh, that was amazing.
No stupid things. Like I'll be like, what if I came like this? Go get the mail. Like just like don't.
It was a queen. That smells.
I'm like, I'm like, would you still love me if I just
Or if they were to stick their finger in your ass and then it were to come out like a button, like this.
Oh, my queen.
You should just be like, hold my finger.
Pull my finger.
Then they know.
You're like, or you're stuck on his finger and be like, oh, I thought you wanted me to like, if I was pulling on your finger.
This is a lot. This is a lot to take in. It really is.
That's the
Alex, I love your stuff. I really do. I can't wait to hear what you're going to say next. It's always so much fun. All right, Lola, follow that.
I like how I always follow up Alex.
Give me a chance to live in this environment. I've never said a word vagina out loud.
You have now.
Just like, God damn it.
Oh my god, my favorite.
Yeah, you have to find the dirtiest.
Oh my god. I like dirty comedy.
Okay.
But we also love your puritanical Russian comedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
It gives me anxiety when the store assistant comes to you from the back when you expected to leave and then very high pitched voice asking, "How can I help you?" Because like shopping is such an intimate experience for me. I want to come in and out unnoticed, or when they greet you with a very high pitched voice. Hi, welcome to Macy's. It's like just wants me. I just want to run away.
I know what you mean. Like when you enter the store and they're way in the back, they're like, "Hi, welcome to Macy's."
Like I'm entering their territory. They want, no, like I'm watching you, bitch.
Yeah.
What are you gonna pick?
Because you're Russian.
I like that.
I don't know. Yeah, I probably should think about. I think it's American thing.
Yeah.
I think Americans are usually greeting in a very high pitched voice normally. Like we're going,
Hi.
hello.
They yell from the back of the room because they want to be the one that gets the commission if you buy something. The
Really?
first one who says hi gets you.
Usually.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, why do you think they're on
They try to
it?
make. They'll be like, "Hi, I'm Tiffany." They want to make sure you know their name because then when you go up to
You know,
buy,
they
they'll
need
say,
to
"I helped you today."
Yeah, if you need,
You're like,
you need me to
"Tiffany."
put that in the dressing room for you, they want to be the one to help you. And that's why sometimes you'll go up to the thing and they go, "Did anybody help you today?"
Because they get commission.
Like Sephora does that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have a department stores? That's
What did they do in Russia?
They don't have.
They just don't.
They don't serve you. You're like I'm ready to pay
You
now.
again,
No.
get out.
You were here
Do
last
you have
week.
your money? Yeah.
No, it's good, Lola. Just do the impersonation of them. That's
Okay,
good.
yeah, I
You're
need
good with
to
impressions
observe
and
them.
stuff.
Yeah.
And act out.
Okay.
All right, Ashley.
And then I thought, no.
Then I farted. After I farted out
Farted up a storm.
In the dressing room.
Well, the person who asked if they could help is
Eating me up.
Had a good teacher.
See, I used.
And they were saying hi, and I was like,
I don't mind servicing me.
Trying to be
Eating me out
delicate.
sounds
You like
so
servicing
graphic.
servicing you?
I was getting service.
She says servicing me, and I don't mind
just
it.
saying it.
I say,
so
will you
that-
go down on me?
Go down
But
on
eating
me.
your, but I
Go
talk
down
to
on
girls.
me.
It's like, yeah, you're
Giving me
giving
oral.
giving me
That
oral.
felt very sterile.
Give me oral.
My pussy.
Beep, bop, boom, boom.
I would never say that.
Sucking me off.
I thought you didn't like that.
I don't like it.
I see. I would
But
be
these are
wouldn't
the
say
different
that.
ways you could say it. So
Oh, yeah.
going down on me is the best one, I think.
I think say. I think say it.
Just eating me out. It sounds so graphic.
I like
I'm
it,
always
eating
like,
out.
Right up. Clean Play Club.
Eating out.
all right, Ashley, what you got?
Well, this was hard for me, but I get anxious when I'm with a guy, like staying the night, which I don't do often, and I don't know them very well, and I get my period on their sheets,
Oh, jeez.
and then like in the morning you do that thing like, or they grab you and you start kissing, and then like I have to like pretend it's not there, and like how do you, when you don't really have a relationship with them, how do you be like, so your really nice sheets are just like red?
You blame it on the wine.
Yeah.
Pour red wine on top of it.
Oh, you got another one? Let's
We
not
don't
talk about
drink.
periods on stage.
Oh, why?
It's just a thing that's like a very old male thing that all women talk about are their periods. And so we try to avoid that stereotype.
Okay. So like stay in the realm of like getting eaten out. And farting.
Yes.
No, it's just like male comics say that about women.
Oh, do they talk
All they
about
talk about are their
periods?
periods. You know, it's like,
Oh, okay.
so we try to avoid talking about periods.
Because it's like
all the time.
And if men were having their periods, they'd be talking about it.
I'm bleeding out my dick.
That's Chelsea Brady. She's like, if guys, that'd be the first thing you heard. Like, bleeding out
He's
of
got
my
blood
dick.
coming out of every orifice.
Imagine.
So then you do not want to talk about poop either.
Oh, I
No,
love
guys can poop too.
Okay.
Poop's universal.
If there's ayahuasca with it, definitely.
All mine are kind of pooping because I do poop a lot, and so I get anxious when I live in an apartment and I clog the toilet often, and then I have to call, like it has to be snaked, and I don't have a snake, and so I call the maintenance, and the guys like, it like happened one night, like literally it was like 3 times in like a week and a half, and I like I had no roommate, like there was no one to blame it on but me, and it was like, I just have a healthy system, but yeah.
That'd be
that
a
was
funny
really
bait and
embarrassing.
switch if you're like, God, I keep clogging the toilet, and so I really have to do something about it. I need to get a roommate.
Have someone to blame it on.
Yeah. I have no roommate. It's such a bummer that I have no roommate. That was really funny. No one to blame it on.
Are the pipes old or something? Do you live in like an older building, or you just show
I mean,
up?
I guess all buildings are kind of old, like, yeah, it was redone, actually, so.
Maybe you drink more water.
I just am healthy.
Yeah,
I got
but-
healthy sized
Yeah.
movements.
Or get a plunger.
I definitely have that.
Yeah.
You're like a
I
fiber
flush my
supplement?
toilet
I
a
think
lot.
something's wrong with the system. Yeah.
I just say go outside and
Take a hole.
don't worry about
You
it.
just shit on the ground.
Like any other Tuesday.
Or the
switch of getting a
jungle.
roommate.
Litter box.
So I really think I need to get a roommate. So
I
you
need to
started
do
that
something
way.
about this. I need to get a roommate.
No,
so
you
I
end
have
it that
somebody
way.
to blame it on.
Oh, you ended that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started with I get really anxious, right?
Yeah, you
started like
You don't have to say I get really anxious. You can go, I have a problem. You know, I keep clogging up the toilets in my apartment, and
I have to have maintenance come and snake my Let's make it.
And
He just keeps having to come back. It's
I really need a
embarrassing.
fucking roommate, so I have somebody else to blame it on.
yeah.
Meredith just like
He's like, why do you see a doctor? I'm like, I don't need a doctor, I need a roommate.
Yeah.
That's someone to blame.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I need a doctor.
Blame it on, yeah, it's funny.
That just reminds me that I have a lot of anxiety about poop.
I mean.
Going in like public bathrooms where there's stalls, like because like it's so weird that you can see other people's feet.
So you know
Like
their
I don't
shoes,
even
you know who
sit.
they are.
Yeah, I don't even sit that close to like family members, and here I am like shitting, and I can see this person's foot. It's like nothing is separating us at all. Here we are. Just
How about those people that have no qualms about it?
Oh,
You
yeah,
hear
they're
them,
just
they sit down, they're
going.
like,
I've
Yeah.
literally picked up my feet while people are like next to me in the
Yeah.
stall, so that
yeah, I hide, and I'll wait until everyone leaves.
I
Me
let
too.
my dog
Just because
loose.
I'm like, oh, they
or
know
I'll like flush
what
the
I'm
toilet
doing.
while it's happening. So
I
that,
have poop shame.
yeah, me too.
Poop shame.
have a lot of
Everybody poops.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and somebody just pooped right before you got in there too, probably. And after you. That's a lot
Yeah.
of butts
Really, it's
touching
a
that
toilet,
toilet.
so
That's why you
Good
use
fair
those
assumption.
secrets.
I had something similar to a list, like, I have anxiety, so I'll smoke to get rid of the anxiety, which gives me, anxiety about the anxiety. I always have anxiety.
so you'll smoke and then I get anxiety about smoking and then that's going to cause cancer and then I am so anxious about having cancer that I smoke over it.
and then I've thought about quitting, but that just makes me more anxious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you talking about smoking cigarettes? Or
Smoking
something? Weed. She was talking, okay, so weed then.
Mm-hmm.
So not cancer.
It makes me paranoid even
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
It's technically supposed to chill you out, but no.
But
It doesn't.
But then you
Say
don't want to
smoke
go
weed
out
then.
unless you smoke. Yeah.
It's definitely a funny, I'm way more funny, but I'm just as anxious.
I'm anxious,
Maybe you're
but it's
not
hilarious.
As, more funny, but things are just like more exaggerated and weird. All right.
I went to a Nicotine Anonymous meeting once when I was trying to quit smoking, and there's an old lady in there, and she was like, "If you have a problem, and you smoke over it, then you have 2 problems." I was like, well, what if you have 15 problems? Cigarette kind of seems like a good idea. This will make him 1 more problem. It's gonna be like 16 problems.
What's one more problem,
Smoke them out.
I did not write mine as jokes, and my first one's not that funny. I get obnoxiously anxious when I can't get a hold of my mom or my husband because I definitely believe that they're dead in a ditch, and I will call them repeatedly and panic until I get them to answer. So
Me
I'll
too.
just like hit redial every.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You do that to your husband all day long?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, I would die.
Kill me?
I
Yeah.
would die.
Is he like, what?
Yeah, he gets real angry. It doesn't happen all the time. It's like if he doesn't answer, then I'm like, he died. But I'm positive he's dead.
So you're gonna call him to make sure.
Yeah. And then when he's not dead, I'm like, now I'm going to kill you. Because you made me so worried.
Like how long
Because,
you
like-
can go before he doesn't
Well, so
call you
like I'll
back?
G-chat him or something and then he won't answer. And it'll be like, like I've sent him texts for like an hour and he still hasn't answered and I'm like, he's literally dead. There's no other option. He would have responded to me by now. He's at work, by the way, when this happens. But I'm just a crazy person.
Yeah. There's something here.
You gotta get a monitor at work so you can watch
Like a
him at
baby
all
monitor?
times. Yeah.
He'd love that.
Yeah, so that you can at least check
I
in
would
on
just
him.
break up with him.
Well, that seems expensive. We just bought a house together.
Seems expensive.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
he's at work, and you know he's at work.
Yeah. No,
Congratulations on the
I'm legitimately
house.
a crazy person.
No, I
Yeah.
do know.
I'm legitimately a crazy person. And I'm like, while it's happening, I'm like, this is crazy. But I'm like, redial,
Don't you hate it when something is
redial,
like, you know you're being a complete psycho
Yeah, I can't,
and that
I can't.
everybody knows you're
I
psycho
can't.
and you can't stop
And
anyway?
this is better.
That one.
I've
You just become more psycho?
This is me better.
I get really psycho when I'm in a casino. gambling. That's where I get like so psychotic. Like if you guys would not recognize me.
Do an
What are we
act out.
talking about?
What do you do?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm a compulsive gambler.
Really like that.
So you still gamble? Do you still gamble?
And I can't stop, but like once I start and I'm like a mad person, like with the cards, and then I'll run out of money, and then I go to the teller and I take more money out, and then I come back.
Oh.
And I will stay I've stayed in casinos for 24 hours straight, just gambling.
Spending thousands
Holy
and thousands and
shit.
thousands of
Yeah.
Have you ever
dollars.
won any money?
Yeah,
That's why you keep.
That's why I keep going
Yeah.
back.
yeah, I've won huge amounts. Yeah.
What was the biggest amount you ever won?
I hit a jackpot for $6 grand.
Wow.
See, in my
But then
jackpot
one
is
time
when he
I-
answers.
One
So
time you
rewards
won
my
$4
money.
grand.
One time I left a casino with $11,000 cash.
Wow.
For
But how much did you lose in the process?
No, I won.
Oh, that was like.
Yeah, that was a winning thing.
Okay.
But I've also lost $5 grand in a night and gone into credit card debt.
Stings.
Yeah, go on credit cards, go on the thing. Go.
That's really
I'm so
That,
crazy.
yeah, I have anxiety for you right now.
I have bad money anxiety.
I know,
Yeah.
you gotta get someone else's
Most of
credit
mine,
card.
if you look to the
Yeah,
room, it's all
imagine
money.
having a gambling problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
I was like,
problem.
imagine having $5 grand.
Yeah.
I don't. I have good credit.
That's why you have to just spend it really fast. Like, okay, here's for the boobs. Done. Then you don't have the money to spend.
I don't have the money, but I have good credit.
That's the
I have
problem.
lots of credit.
I do
Because
too.
I'm old and I own a home.
But did you got better credit from owning the other houses too, right?
Yeah, but I lost all that money gambling.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I understand crazy is what I'm saying. I understand your mind being out of control about something.
Like my rational mind knows that I'm fucking
I
crazy.
know it's crazy when I'm in the midst of it. I'm like, this is fucking nuts. And I said, what are you doing? And I'm like, can't stop, give me the money, I gotta get this done. You know what? Gambling releases a dopamine into your brain, serotonin. It dumps serotonin, like more than, it's supposedly the equivalent of doing heroin.
Wow.
So
Jesus.
you get really high. I get really high off of it.
Yeah.
And then the next day there's a huge crash, but
Yeah.
I used to gamble other people's money and I didn't even know how to play the game. And I never got like any good feelings off of it. I was so bored.
Ugh.
I didn't know how to, like I was just to go, okay, y'all, everybody else is padding and going like this and going like this. And
yeah, but if you know how to play and you're into
when
it,
we're
you
fun. And
like
then you're
it,
winning.
you get
Yeah.
that hit.
There's
You get that hit of
strategy.
adrenaline.
Well, and then like if you know how to play and you're winning, you're good at it. So then you're like, yeah.
Ah,
and it,
you're like, yeah, I'm
fuels
gonna beat the
that.
system and it's my lucky day.
Yeah, you're like, I can beat this. Like I can do this.
Yeah.
I have the same problem, but I pay I do like $1 at a time because I'm that person. I'm like, okay, one more
I like the
dollar.
quarter slots back in the day in Vegas when they had like the quarter slots,
Oh, they have pennies.
Yeah, they have penny slots still, yeah.
penny slots. And you see the little old ladies, I feel so bad for them. Like sitting there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be me.
Ding, 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 ding.
Just stay living
know,
here.
it's
Stay
gonna
living
be
here.
me.
Stay living here. You'll be fine.
That's what I'm looking forward to, retiring and being 90 in front of a penny slot machine going, yes.
I did it! I did it! I won!
When I was a kid, I don't think
Oh, yeah,
I told
Vegas.
you guys that when I saw a guy, basically
Oh, yeah.
he won the jackpot and he died. Right
I have a heart attack.
after.
Right?
He died
On the
right
spot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
What happened?
Oh, when you're
What
dating,
jackpot?
right?
What
I
happened?
don't know how much the jackpot was. He was on a slot machine, and he
He had a heart attack.
yeah, like right.
When he was winning?
At least he was so happy.
He won a jackpot and then died.
You know what I once saw? I once was in a casino and it was like 2 a.m. gambling in Vegas, and I hear, "You motherfucker," and I was like, "Who's that?" And then I, "You son of a bitch, fucker." Just kept hearing it, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And I look and I see this man at his machine yelling at it. He's going, "Oh, you fucking motherfucker!" And he was like,
Oh my god.
trying to like win the machine.
Oh,
Kept
buddy.
taking his money. He was still
Just give it up.
Yeah.
Just walk away.
There are people that wear diapers to casinos. So they don't have to
fuck
lose.
that shit.
joking.
I'm not lying.
No.
They don't have to
I want to
lose.
wear a diaper
Because they have a
bikini.
certain mission, right? It's
Yeah.
not here, then you.
Yeah.
invested in it. And, like,
Yeah.
as soon as
Imagine
you walk
shitting
away.
yourself playing on a fucking.
No.
You're just like, this is what I'm doing.
That's when you're next to them in the stall because they're in the place right next to you.
Are actively shitting yourself.
I'm
kidding.
I'm not that bad.
I have to focus when I poop. I have to nobody can be in there, and I'm by myself. I mean,
We don't need to know the details.
Yeah.
Alright, so I like where you're going with that. That's funny.
That's all.
Because I think it's relatable.
Yeah.
Dogs are getting jerked off. I can't take it.
dogs again.
Would you
so
say
much to them.
Caitlin can't deal. But it's your dog.
Are we doing
This
more
one makes it
rounds?
even worse.
Are we
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah, another round.
Okay.
Because that was one.
Yeah, none of these are like really sad.
Yeah,
I know, reading through them, I'm like,
Mine
God,
are so
Caitlin, what is
sad.
wrong
Read
with
through
you?
all of them.
All of them?
Yeah, let's just go.
Speed round.
Speed round. Well,
Okay,
everybody will read through theirs and we'll go.
Get through them.
Pool parties. Has there ever been a fun pool party? No. Like they all
Yes.
suck.
Yes!
Oh my
They're my
God.
favorite things.
I hate wearing bathing suits in public. I don't.
That's what I'm saying. And then it's like, when do you get in the pool? Do you eat in a bathing suit? What? Like, it's no fun.
They're
And you
good
gotta
at night,
leave
though.
wet? What the fuck? Anyway,
Yeah,
I find them completely
That's funny.
stressful.
Write about pool parties. I like that.
Okay, thanks. We'll do. Maybe it's because I was like not cool in high school. I don't know. But
I wasn't either, but I still like
fun.
pool parties.
Well,
You know how to
I
spell
let my
right?
gut hang out and I don't give a shit.
That's a good way to know your vagina's clean.
What the fuck?
What?
If you swim first. Swim party.
the next one is oh, I have one about being late and being early too, which you also did. People who do Facebook stories stress me out.
Oh, stories?
Facebook
on
stories.
Facebook.
Like the only people that do them are like everyone that bullied me in high school. I'm like, why is this a thing? Like everyone that bullied me
The
but now
algorithm
sells
Facebook
like
uses.
herbal tea.
doTERRA.
You were bullied? You never talk about that.
Yeah, well, I didn't get beat up or anything, but like people were not nice to me.
Really?
Yeah, it's
I
okay.
can't imagine. You're so sweet.
Thank you.
Fuck these
That's probably
fuckers.
why
I
she's
know,
sweet.
they suck.
Because
I mean, it's
they made her
whatever.
humble.
It was
That's why she wears those shoes. I'll never fuck with her again.
yeah.
Was it a specific person or
No,
was
it was like
The popular girl.
everyone cool. Yeah, I was a cheerleader for a minute because I was like, this will look good on my college transcript.
Oh my god, I love that.
And
My favorite.
also, I was just weird in high school. I dressed like a pinup girl every day. I wore just A-line dresses with cherries on them and like big heels, like every fucking
I make
day.
fun of you.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
You gotta wear that on stage.
Did you do the thoughts are
the
wrong.
danger curls or whatever the fuck those are called?
No, I
How
just
come you don't talk about this?
I don't know. I kind of forget that it's not normal. I don't do it anymore, but it was like my thing. Like I had to wear heels to school every day, and it was like people definitely knew about it. And I had very few friends, so it was like that was like the thing that people knew about me, and also that I was like valedictorian, like most likely to succeed. But it was just like such a weird.
Whoa! You were most likely to succeed.
Yeah, look at me now.
If you're most likely to succeed and bullied at the same time, that's really rare because people vote for you.
Well, I think
Yeah.
it was weird. I was like, okay, so I was like popular, but like for the thing I did, not popular like in the sense that people like me and I had a lot of
Like, you were
friends, but
well known
like
for
I was
it.
just known. Like I was kind of like known for my weird thing and being really smart and and that kind of stuff. And I like did
And your tap
cheerleading
dancing.
and my tap dancing, of course. Famous in my tap dancing. And like I was in like the musicals. Like I kind of really put myself out there all the time, but I I just was like very extra, but also really like shy, didn't make that many friends. I had mental problems and I had to go to therapy in high school.
You did?
Yeah.
It was because
In
of
your
that tap
pinup
dance.
outfit?
I did, yeah, obviously. I wore it every day.
That's so cute. I love that though.
Yes,
I
all of
told
your
my
deep
boyfriend
dark
about you tap dancing over there. You're gonna tell that on stage, right? Because that's a really funny
So
story.
funny.
Will do.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah. I think that's the best non-sad way to tell that story. Okay. Back to more things that give me anxiety. I don't wear heels anymore because my feet are like fucked up from it too because I wore them when my feet were developing. It's not that bad, but it wasn't like the best idea. Anyway. I get anxious about whenever I take a screenshot because like then whenever you go to post on Instagram, it's like the first thing that's there, and it's like this conversation or like your picture of your crush. Like I'm afraid I'm gonna send the screenshot to somebody that I don't mean to accidentally or like put it on Twitter.
I get anxious about embarrassing things I've done in the past, like that'll just come to my mind for no reason. Like one time in middle school, I was good friends with my one of my teachers. Not like good friends, but like I like would try to like hang out with him and like be cool, and he would like loan me CDs, and I was like, oh, we're like homies. I'm like 12. And I would like try to have a rapport with him, and he had pictures of students on his desk, which was kind of aspirational for me. Like kids that were like his, you know, like good students that had gone through the class. It wasn't weird at all,
Okay.
Like genuinely wasn't weird. So I was like trying to joke around. I was like, oh, who's that? That guy's like pretty cute. And he's like, oh, that's a picture of me from high school.
Oh no!
I was like, oh, okay. See you.
Bye. See you never. I'm dropping out of school.
Okay.
Backing away slowly.
This is funny because all of your like stories of these are funny stories. They're the same perspective, they're the same point of view. The girl that's like awkward.
Yeah, I just wants to be friends with their teacher. I was friends with my teachers. I have a lot of weird stories about that.
It's something
Not like
I
illegal,
really
but
want to
just
see on like film. Like
Yeah.
we should write like a short about that.
Or a feature.
And like, what you were like.
Our movie, yeah.
Feature.
A movie about your childhood. And
That character
the
walking
tap
through
dancing
school.
Scene in there.
Yeah.
The
Pinup girl and the
girl.
it's all very visual.
It'll be a totally new idea.
Seeing a spider and then not seeing it. Like, yeah, okay, you guys get it. Making plans with someone that texts slow, like when a guy's like, oh, like, are you free tonight? And you're like, yeah. And then like you don't hear from him for like 3 hours, and you're like, are we gonna do anything? You're like, when are you free? You're like, oh my fucking god, like, are we gonna have plans or not? Anyway, that gives me anxiety because then I like want to make plans, but I don't. Anytime my mom gives me advice, it gives me anxiety. Driving with my mom also gives me anxiety. She acts like I'm like kidnapping her. Wearing a new outfit. Sometimes I try to like, you guys know like the clothes that you have that you never wear and you would like never be fucking caught dead in, but you somehow can't throw them away. And sometimes I'll be like, oh my god, like why do I not wear this? It sucks. Like I spent money on this, and I'll wear it and be like, yeah. And then see myself and I'm like, oh, why? That's why I didn't wear this, because I feel fucking ridiculous. Anyway, that gives me so.
Like, I'm just convinced it's gonna be bad. That's like a better fear. Mine's just like they fucked it up. Like
there's no reason.
What if you take acid and then there's an earthquake and then you're stuck in a crypt?
Sweet Jesus.
That's why I don't do acid.
Why I don't? Yeah.
Just because.
Why would you take acid and then get your hair done?
No, like
Sounds like a nightmare.
no, if there's an earthquake. No, if there's an
talking about earthquakes, not haircuts, but still, same thing applies.
Sitting in the chair, you're like. Okay. I get anxious when I have to ask people for money that they owe me.
Oh, I fucking hate that. Write that one down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
You always
get.
try and hint around like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
And I do it to my girlfriend too. She's always like, babe, just tell me what I owe you. Cause she's like, it's 8 years. Like, just fucking tell me what I owe you. But I just am crazy. I also get anxious when I see someone make a mistake and I have to correct them. I don't like doing that.
Like what kind of a mistake?
Like anything at work or just in life. Like if someone's going, like driving, if they're making around, like you have to like maneuver around them, or like in a grocery store if people are like just anywhere, just or
When you like see food in someone's teeth and you're like,
yes. Like
how do
we
I
went to
tell
a
you?
baby shower and it was my girlfriend's friend and she had lipstick on her teeth and I was like, I have to tell her, but like I couldn't tell her because I was meeting her for the first time there.
Oh, you just met her for the first time.
Oh, I do it anyway.
I do too.
I have to.
I couldn't. I was like, and then I was like, just leave it. Someone else. Someone else. I was like, one of her friends can tell her, like not me.
Well, it's almost better coming from you because it's not.
No
like,
way! It's so awkward.
Then more people are gonna see it.
Like, yeah.
She had friends there. I get anxious every time I have to parallel park because I'm just like not very good at it. And then what else did I say? Oh, my girlfriend does music and she knows everyone, and we go to these like concerts and shows and stuff. And people are like, Meredith, hi! And I never remember them, and it gives me so much anxiety.
Oh my god, it's so fucking horrible.
And
I
I
will have
never.
old students come up to me all the time.
Yeah, it's the worst.
And It is, there's nothing worse.
It's horrible.
Because I'm on a drug called Lamictal where you can't remember, like, people.
I'm not even
names
on
or anything. and I'm
Lamictal.
always
I can't even fucking remember anyone. And my girlfriend always be like, do you know Jeremy? And I'm like, no. And she's like, well, he knows you. And I'm like, cool. Now I feel worse.
Okay, so mark that one. That one's good. It's very relatable. I was at a party the other night with one of my friends at my, it was her engagement party. And she was like, hey, Lisa. And then this girl came up. She goes, Lisa, you remember Paige, right? And Paige goes, oh my God. And I go, oh my God. I have no idea who she was. And I gave her a hug. And she was like, how have you been? And I was like, oh my God, so good. How about you? And then she left. And I go, who is Paige? Sarah. She goes, she was in our class. I was like, no recollection of that girl ever taking my class. No. It was like 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Funny.
That's what, I mean, that's a minute. Then.
Yeah.
That's hard, yeah.
And the last thing is just, I get anxious that I ordered the wrong thing at a restaurant.
Then you're
Like
gonna be
you're
stuck
not
with the
gonna
wrong
like it.
dish.
Yeah, you're missing out.
Food from
Like,
Yeah.
and then you see
always
everyone
gets-
else getting stuff and you're like, oh, that looks good. I didn't fucking order it. And it's just like,
My husband always gets the better thing every time.
Have him order for the next time.
Yeah.
Okay. Get ready to be brought down to the depths of my despair, everyone.
Woo!
Going to the doctor for a basic checkup, and they're going to find some serious disease. Going to wake up in my 30s and realize I didn't accomplish any of my dreams. I'm going to give someone my rate for the work that I do, and they're going to be offended or think I'm not worth that amount. It actually happened to me this weekend where the woman got mad at me for the rate that I gave her that she agreed to. I was on set, like already there. Yeah.
did you stick to your guns?
I said, I'm willing to renegotiate, but this is the day of the shoot. I don't see why we couldn't have had this conversation beforehand. But she's like, I thought you were going to give me a friend rate. And I was like, I thought we were friends, so you should want your friends to be paid their rate, you know. But it was a friend rate. It was cheaper than what I mean, I gave her a number that, because I really didn't want to do the job. It was camera operating, and that's not really my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave her a rate that was high enough for me to want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was probably higher than what she was, clearly it was higher than what she was expecting it to be. And she
And
was
why
like, I have to get this off my chest, because I can't move forward with the day without telling you how I feel. And I was like, that's okay.
Dude.
As your friend, she should want to give you more money
It's
for the
setting a good
budget.
tone for that day.
Yeah, like the whole day I was like,
Especially
I'm
when
not
it's friends, like, that's,
appreciated,
like,
like,
super gross.
it didn't feel good.
Yeah, that would feel terrible.
And I was like,
sorry.
I talked to the producer, she said that you guys could do that rate, so
I don't know what to tell you
I don't know
right
what
now.
to tell you, but if you don't want me here, good luck, because you
It's
run
the
an
day of
entire
shoot.
B camera, so someone's got to run it. Having an unexpected bill or cost, and I won't be able to pay it. Then I'm going to regret moving to Los Angeles with nothing to show for it. I'm telling you, these are, I really wrote out the ones that give me anxiety. This is what it is.
Right, but normally we write it in the, I'm anxious about blank because of blank. Like, and there's usually
Okay, well,
a little more to it.
yeah, I guess I'm anxious about, that I'm gonna look back on my time in Los Angeles and, cause I've given up a lot to be here, I guess, and then I would find out later that it was for nothing. None of these are funny.
What did you give up?
Like family, sense of home.
Gave them up.
But that's like, that's,
Who gives a shit about my family?
yeah, why would you care about them?
Who gives a shit about
Fuck those guys. What have they ever done for you anyway?
Yeah, that's weird. People like their families?
The thing is, like, I've never really liked mine until very recently. And then I was like, oh.
This is what everybody's talking about.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, is this something like, because every time I go back home to, like, my parents are older and older every time.
Yeah.
I'm always like.
It's weird how time passes and it happens.
Yeah. And I'm not, well, because when you're living there with them every day, you
Yeah.
don't see that. But then when it's, once a year, every 2 years.
Yeah. When did you get old? Stop doing that.
Stop.
Yeah.
I guess I don't have like reasons for these, like you were saying. and that's partly why it's anxiety, because it's like there's no, it's like inexplicable why these are things. I have anxiety about being too grungy or too much of a tomboy for boys to like want to date me, and that definitely is from being a teenager and like all the guys going for the cute little pretty girls, and I was like, hey, you want to play basketball?
That's kind of interesting to talk about.
Yeah, I thought that as a kid, I thought that boys would be impressed if I could beat them at things.
Oh my god, you got a mark.
Yeah.
That.
It's like, yeah, boys are gonna love that.
They love that.
Actually, that just brought back a really random memory. But I was at my friend Kendra had a birthday party in like the 7th grade. And it was like, I grew so fast compared to all my girlfriends. Like they were all just these itsy bitsy little girls, and I had like tits and ass in like the 6th grade. And we played this game where it was like we got partnered up with a boy and we had to like change clothes. And I got partnered up with this guy Jason, who was like captain of the football team and like the big baseball player or whatever. And of course, like all the girls had crushes on him, and I was like, oh god. And I was like so nervous, but I was like, we would make such a good couple because I play sports and he plays sports, and like we're really cool. We had a lot of the same interests. But I knew he'd never go for it. But anyway, I remember him trying, like, we exchanged clothes, and he's like, this is so crazy, like, your clothes are even big on me. And I was like, yeah, I can't fit. And, like, everyone else, like, when all the girls came out, they're all in, like, these just, like, huge baggy clothes, and it was funny. And I was like, they were, like, tight on me, like, I couldn't button them. And I was like, so smile and act normal. That just took me back. Thanks a lot. I'm glad someone's laughing. Because that was horrible.
Hey guys, this is so funny.
That's terrible. That's horrendous.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I quickly found out that that's not what men are attracted to.
Quickly found out.
My hair falls out a lot, but I have like a ton of hair. But there's clearly like it's growing back, but there's always this part of me that's like, what's going on? Where is all this going? And like I can definitely here we go. When I was at home, my sister, who the last time I saw her had like a pixie haircut, and now it's like down to her waist, like this just gorgeous thick hair. Like I couldn't even like, I was like straightening it because it's all curly, and I was like, where does it end, you know? And then now like with my hair, I'm like, I get anxious that I'm gonna go bald, and then I'm just gonna be like a bald person forever.
Because your hair falls out?
Yeah, but it doesn't just like, oh, there's some here and there. Like I get self-conscious because like it's everywhere. Like I vacuum, like it's just, like, where does it all, it doesn't seem like I have that much hair, but I guess I do. Recently when I smoke weed, I can like feel my heart beating so hard that I feel like it's just gonna like burst out and just like start flopping around like a dead fish.
Oh my god, so many of my students smoke weed.
Yeah.
And they talk about it. I mean, it's like 90% of them do. And they talk about it, and nobody ever talks about the good parts of it. It's always like, it sounds like a horrible thing, but everybody does it.
It's a recent thing, like before I started having anxiety and panic attacks and stuff like that, like I'd be able to I'd get high, and it was almost like just smoking a really strong cigarette or something. Like it was just very like calming and relaxing, and I would just be very much like, I don't know, it was like everything else would just kind of get blurred out the sides, and I would be able to just kind of like focus on things. And now it's just not the case anymore, and I think it's because I'm like in a high stress situation, and so it's just like that's not the case anymore. But you know, to each their own.
I like your hair falling out thing.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
Getting mail from unknown addresses or anything government related, I'm always like, fuck, like what is this?
Oh yeah.
Like even like right now, health insurance, I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna get in trouble, and they're gonna find me, and they're gonna take all my stuff that I don't have anything, but they're gonna find a way to take it. Anytime my boss calls me to his office, because it's never good news. It's never like you've done a good job. It's always like you're in trouble for something, and I always, like, my stomach gets in my throat. I get anxious when really attractive men ask me out. I'm like, why?
What?
Me? Are you sure? And then I'm like, they must want to harvest an organ.
Mark that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm always like, what's the motive here? Anytime I have to break up or end things with a guy, I'm always like, okay, either I'm missing out on an opportunity, and I just like question myself a lot, like, am I breaking up with them because that's what I want to do, or am I breaking up because I'm pushing them away? And then, like, what happens if I break up with them and then they get violent or they get mad, even though I've never had that in my life ever? I always just like, so then I don't ghost, but I just kind of like try to fade into the wall. And then eventually they're like, what's going on? I'm like, I think we should just be friends. Anytime I've made something, like if I've made a video or a film or fuck, I don't know, like made a doodle, it doesn't matter. Like anytime I make something, I get really anxious, like if someone else is like watching it. Do you know that? It's like so terrifying to be like, oh my god, and or like if you've written something and you're like, they're reading it, and they're like, huh. You're like, what part was that? What part was that that you laughed at? Was it a good part or bad part? Why are you laughing? And they're like, just let me finish reading. So that was really long. Thanks, guys. That's cheaper than therapy.
So you got a couple things in there that I marked. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
Mine's also pretty sad. I get anxious when I have to leave the house because I'm worried my cats will rape each other.
Oh my god.
Because they do it when I'm around, and I have to be like, ah, I have a spray bottle, and people laugh. Like I'll literally be like, if I have friends over, I'm like, can I get you guys something to drink? Stop raping your brother! Stop trying to rape your brother! And I just walk around yelling at my cat. It's true. It's true.
So you don't have them fixed yet?
Not yet, because it's expensive, and I have 4 of them.
You can get them
and 0 jobs.
You can get them fixed like by the county. Like,
I tried, but you have to fall within a certain like zip code. They said I have to like live in the.
Then just lie.
That's a lie.
Then just lie.
Really? Just okay. You got me. You got me.
She'll fix your dogs.
No, you do it. You can take them to low
She'll clean their
places.
implant.
Really?
And
I got the female fix because I was like, all right, well, if any of them's getting pregnant, it's gonna be her.
You can take them to low cost places though.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe, catch a cat's balls by
Because the boys are gonna get nasty. You don't want to fix them.
Really? Yeah, they're getting they
Yeah.
like make each other bleed. It's bad. Yeah, it's really
Yeah, you
They're
gotta
still
fix them.
pent up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
they're
you just
indoor.
cut their balls off.
Yeah, and they'll
Really,
be so
really
sweet.
slow.
Yeah, that's
So we
why I
gotta do
have
it
to
men in
jerk
real
them
life.
off.
Cut their balls out.
Yeah.
No, and they'll start making a horrible sound.
Yeah, they all. Oh,
Oh
God,
yeah,
it's like
and pacing around.
Oh God.
Oh yeah,
I need to talk
and
to you.
spraying,
Does
and
it-
they will start peeing.
Does it undo it after you get them fixed?
Yeah, it all
Because there's
stops.
no
It all-
aggression.
Mhm.
Their balls are
Balls are
huge.
terrible.
Yeah, and
They're like big, tight little balls.
Ew.
But in case you want them to still look like they have balls, you can put fake balls
Yeah,
in
they're
there.
prosthetic balls.
Prosthetic fake. Yeah,
That's
like
highly unnecessary.
Yeah.
So unnecessary.
Yeah.
That's highly
deal.
unnecessary.
Men do that. And men don't like to fix their fucking dogs and cats. They're stupid. They're like,
Then make
Wait,
it
wait,
look so bad.
wait. How does that look?
it looks like
Is it a rubber band around their butt?
No,
This is
no,
so
they
fucked
put
up.
these fake like prosthetic balls in.
like little
breast
round
implants?
like breast
Yes.
implants. Yeah.
I thought you meant like the balls, like the plastic ones in the back of a truck.
No, they actually.
What? That seems really unhealthy.
And so fucking
It's just like a boob
Alright,
job.
anyway, back to your anxiety.
A ball job.
I get anxious every time I have to go to a wedding because I'm not sure I'll be able to stop myself from blurting out, "It's not gonna last, nothing lasts forever," during the ceremony. I get really bitter at weddings. Like friends have to be like, "People can hear you." I'm like, "You think it's gonna be forever?" Yeah, it's really, and they're like, "It's not even cocktail hour, she's completely sober."
But then you're just moody because you're stuck inside the cake.
I get anxious about going out in public because people always stare at my face like it's got shit on it. But and I don't know if it's because I'm stoned and I'm like, they're talking about me. I get anxious when I think about the rest of my life because I'm claustrophobic and there's nothing but an empty black void ahead.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Mark that.
Um,
That's like a funny joke.
but I get anxious at the thought of not finding anyone to be with and being alone for the rest of my life because I don't even own a vibrator.
Oh, you don't own a vibrator?
Natural. No, I like just
Manual.
I get really anxious if I can't take a shower before going to bed because I like to keep my bed clean and I know me, I know where I've been. I get so anxious while giving head that someday I'm going to deep throat a dick too deep and end up puking all over a guy's crotch and stomach because contrary to what my dirty mouth would suggest, I still have my gag reflex intact. But like every time I'm like, this is it, it's coming up this time.
Just do it.
Yeah, bar in their face and fucking
I know what you're
what do you have to
supposed
lose? What do you have to lose?
He's gonna be in a comedy class like one time.
And then at the end you can be like, at least I didn't bite it. It's fine. Like, it'll be just
Puke on the dick, it's fine.
Give him a story.
Meredith's like, that was my last time. And then I switched.
I get anxious whenever I'm stopped in traffic and I look over to see someone in their car picking their nose because I think, please don't eat that booger, please don't eat that booger. And I know that if they do, I won't be able to look away and I'll just have to watch the whole thing go down and be, but you know it. Like, you know when you see someone in traffic picking their nose and it's usually a guy, you're like, don't do it! Don't. And they always do, but I always watch.
That happened to me once after the ride home. It was awful.
You saw it?
Like, well, no, we had just met up and like had amazing sex, and then we were driving home, but then I saw him on the freeway, and he's picking his nose after. And like, I was sitting there thinking, like, oh my god, he's so hot. I fucking this is it. And I looked over, and he's like picking his nose. He didn't know that we were like going the same way on the freeway, and I'm like, ew, and I got so embarrassed. Like, I just had sex with him.
Yeah. When there's one thing when you're just like this, when you're really going at it, you're like, that's a snack. That's like not I get anxious whenever I'm out wearing heels because I'm worried that I'll get mistaken for someone who's post-op, and I'll be approached because I was once approached by someone on the dance floor who asked me if I was a natural woman. What? And I danced with him one dance and was like, okay, maybe I have better options than this, but yeah. But every time, because I'm so tall. I get anxious every time I make fun of someone because I think that whatever I say about them is going to end up happening to me. Like if I make fun of someone's baby for being ugly, I'm worried I'm going to have like an ugly kid or just anything. I'm like, stop. You know, or like if I'm like, I don't know, like that girl's got a bald spot. I'm like, you're totally going to get bald. Like, I just get really anxious about it, but it doesn't stop me from saying the shit.
What does that say about you?
I know. I get anxious after eating a big meal because I know if I get propositioned for sex, I probably won't turn it down, and then there's a high probability that someone is getting shit on. There's
okay,
like,
mark
yeah.
that one. So you.
And then I get anxious at the thought of never even coming close to having the life I wanted for myself, and also getting fat. I get anxious every time. Oh no, that's it. I think that's
okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Thank you.
Got a couple of them in there.
Okay. Well, this one was very hard for me because we as Russians, we just don't have such a thing as an anxiety. Like,
Weak Americans with their anxieties.
This word even don't exist. I don't know how to do translate. I honestly.
Really? You should talk about that.
We just have like we're so like used to like just suck it up and okay So I tried my best. Suck it up. Okay. It gives me an anxiety how Americans like horror movies. Like, why? Why do you want to be scared, terrified, and mortified? Like, my life is stressful enough. Like, I was born, grew up in Russia in 90s. I've seen it all. I don't need to pay $16 to be terrified. I can endlessly withdraw from my memories.
I like that. Mark that.
Okay. Then, I get an anxiety when my mom sends me messages of Christian enlightenment through Instagram.
because it's probably something, it comes in between like some twerk video and Kim Kardashian photo, you know, something very not appropriate.
What is that? Christian Enlightenment?
Yeah, like she follows on this Instagram Christian Enlightenment account, like do good and you'll get good. And she always sends me quotes and like, yeah, it's funny to me that it's like actually like, you know, some pope has Instagram. I know it's normal, but it's just you know.
Yeah.
For me,
So mark that.
For me, religion is like so old school, man. So this one, I don't know. Like it gives me an anxiety, the fact that the mankind was able to put up a man to the moon, invent antibiotics, creating robots that can do practically anything, but we still can't calculate the amount of the women's bathroom needed for the theater or building or anything. Like it's always this like peeing caravans of women following the hole. And like, are they all the architects are guys? That's why. And like, how can they not see it? They don't want to. Oh, what? Like, it's just, I don't know. I think it's more like a hate thing. Like we have nothing to hold. We need to take the pants off, you know, twice more time. Like he needs to be bigger. I just stand in line like last Sunday. That's why he's this thing to me. It gives me an anxiety when an American cashier at the store clerk asks me, "Hi, how are you?" and without waiting my answer to it, because I'm not sure if they're really interested or like, you know, should I reply to that? Like, they just moving on to the next thing, and I always confused. I'm like, I'm done.
So yeah, you should write about that.
I should write, but like this is such a common thing for foreigners. I think it's like it's been joked a lot, no?
I just think anything from your perspective of dealing with Americans and American culture is going to be interesting and different. It doesn't matter that it's been done before.
Yeah.
'Cause it's from the Russian perspective.
Especially right now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. It's just when somebody tells a joke that is not funny, and I don't want to let them down, and I can't force myself laughing, so I do something like like just to be nice to them. What else? Stereotypes give me probably like an anxiety. I don't know how you call it. I don't know how you call it. When like people hear that I'm Russian and they're like, oh, vodka, bears, like cold, or some other stupid shit. But then on the other hand, I called my dad recently and he's like, oh, hold on, honey, I can't talk. Like I'm putting my machine together. I'm like, what is that? And he's like, yeah, I got this distilling machine so I can make homemade liquor. Dad! I'm fighting the stereotypes you're living by.
I like the stereotype joke too. You have a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
That's good. That's all good.
So
record
mine are
this.
kind of like a few others. I
Are
get
you recording?
I get anxious if I go out and have coffee with people I don't know because I always have to go poop. I get anxious about getting on a plane or having to like travel for a while in a car because not that I have to go poop, but like I have to pee. Like I pee probably like 20 times a day. So I just get like
road trips with people.
Yeah, and like I'll be the one who always has to like, please stop. Can I? I get anxious. Obviously, you know, like every time I do ayahuasca. More like that. I get anxious. Like I think I just said this. I get anxious when I go to a restaurant or have to order food. Because I know I'm gonna always want what the other person has. So now I just kind of get like bread or potatoes and then pick off. Because I know I won't eat mine.
And you know you'll like the bread and the potatoes, yeah. All right.
I get anxious when I'm at a stop sign or a stoplight and I'm texting and I can hear someone like yelling kind of outside, and then I look over and someone's saying, "Get off your phone." And the part of me that like will not follow rules, like I hate when somebody tells me what to do, then I have to pretend like I'm so anxious because I feel like I'm getting called out, and then I know what I'm doing is wrong, like you're not allowed to text or drive. So then I just like keep doing it, but I'm not doing it, just so he doesn't think that I'm stopping for him. And then I'll put it down casually, like I pretend to text a little more, and now I'm done because I'm done, not because you're telling me.
Yeah, so more of that. Yeah, you're like, I'm not gonna listen to that guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, officer.
I get anxious when a good-looking guy comes up and says hello to me because I'm just not prepared for anything that comes after that. Like, I just get really awkward. I just like walk away.
Walk away?
Pretty much. If I have a crush, if I feel like, or if I really like a guy and I get a text from him, I don't know if I can follow through. I don't know if I should respond because in my head I'm like, we're probably gonna need to get married, and like I just don't know how to get there. Yeah.
Meredith is
Well,
like,
so you better mark
I had
that,
a quarter
'cause that's
for every guy at the
interesting.
orgy that thought that I was gonna marry him.
I know.
Dudes
First
are
date
relentless.
thoughts.
Yeah. Or if I kiss a guy,
And
in my
dudes
head,
don't respect
I
the other
won't even
girlfriend
kiss
either.
a guy. It makes me so anxious because like I know I'm on a future trip. Like I know I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I felt something. We're gonna get married. And then like I start like planning all of this, but then I never talk to him again.
Yeah.
This happens a lot. I get anxious when I'm paying someone for a service, like working for me in some way, and I'm having an issue with what they're doing, and I'm so direct, and I don't like bullshit, but I don't want to be mean, you know? So I get very anxious of like, how do I say this without offending them and then causing an issue in our work relationship?
Mm-hmm.
And then I get really anxious when I'm like getting a massage because I know they're never gonna do it hard enough for me, and I really like a lot of pressure, and then I have to correct them. I just hate correcting people actually. It makes me really anxious.
Who else said that tonight? Yeah.
I don't have that problem, as it turns out. One of my friends the other day was like, she's Guatemalan, and she said a word wrong, and I like went up to her separately, and I was like, just so you know, it's stifling, not stifling, so the next time you have to say it again, like, there you go. And she's like, she starts laughing, and she's like, that's not the first time you've corrected a word that I've said wrong. I was like, oh, I don't even remember that, sorry about it.
She says wrong, and you're like,
Yes.
No, a lot of people love it.
And then I also hate when I do, it makes me anxious when I do ayahuasca because, I can like read people's minds, and that makes me really uncomfortable.
Like, what are they saying in your mind?
Like if they're around me, like I'll know what they're about to say, and then they'll say it, and then it trips me out. Only when I start doing
Not the ayahuasca or the forest, just the
or the shitting and vomiting on everyone.
No, but the
I'm actually really good about it. Like I don't shit myself.
Right, but everyone else is.
Yeah.
Well, you have to write about your ayahuasca experiences.
That's the funniest.
That's
It's so
That could
funny.
be your whole set.
Really?
Definitely.
Yeah.
The girl
I wasn't
Gucci
here for
shitting
this,
on
but they've been
herself.
talking
You know
about it
what?
every
When
week.
I did go, this was probably 5 years ago when I started, I was introduced through like a shaman of psychedelics, and like he does mushrooms, so he used that instead of ayahuasca, and like heavy doses, not like go get high, but like you're gonna die now, and like reborn. So
ego death.
Ego death, right? Yeah. So I've never done these like for fun. Like
Ego
I've
death on a
never gotten
psychedelic?
like high,
Yeah.
like unseen
mushroom.
colors. Like
You
it's
take high
like,
doses of mushroom.
it's like scary
You do it
shit.
for a purpose.
this is
And-
like work.
Oh, it's work. It's 100% work. And so when I had done it, he because you become super like in your heart and intuitive. I remember we were like all in like Joshua Tree or something, and I looked at this guy and I was like, I love him. And and then we had sex. And then because the mushroom told me to.
And you wonder why he's a shaman.
Not the shaman, he
Oh,
was
okay.
married.
I was like-
Another kid.
A kid?
Yeah, well, he
Fat Chinese
was.
one?
No, well, he's
He looked like a
actually,
panda.
and I'm just saying this is interesting. It's interesting, but it's gonna sound like I'm, what do you call it, like name dropping, I don't know. But he is, I'd never met him, and then I see this kid walking, and I'm like, God, and I'm high. And I'm like, that's Michael Jackson. And it's actually Michael Jackson's like secret son that no one knows about, and he looks like identical to like Michael from Thriller.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just like, so
That would be
when
a
we
trip.
had sex, his eyes would
Yes.
roll back in his head, and I would think I'm having sex, like he would turn it like morph.
Like the dead Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You were having sex
It
with
was
the
so
dead.
creepy. And so like it became this like weird.
My girlfriend thought she was Michael Jackson for like the first 8 years
I
of her life.
I think his spirit travels.
She's twirling gloves.
Oh.
I love it.
But yeah, so we had a thing for like, it wasn't just I had sex with him, but then I thought like.
His
what would
eyes
you-
rolled back in his head every time you guys had sex.
Yeah.
That's
weird.
And then get this, so we had that connection of the medicine, and I remember I was thinking one time I was having sex with him, and I was like, just in my head, you know, like I just love him, but I wasn't saying anything because he's a child.
Wait,
Wait,
sorry, let's step back. How old are you at this point?
29,
And how old is
How old is
he?
he?
like 20,
Oh.
but to me that's
Oh.
like,
Yeah, okay.
I always dated
Yeah.
60,
Not
right?
actually.
So this was
Word
like.
choicing is
Yeah,
in this
he's a
context.
child.
Well, he would wear, you know, his mentality was very
Immature.
childlike, you know,
Yeah, 20
very child. Like he didn't have to do anything,
Yeah.
so he just never.
So you had
like,
sex on ayahuasca?
mushrooms.
On mushrooms.
Oh.
And then we'd still see the same shaman, and then you know it just didn't go great. But we, yeah, I
You
was,
only have sex on mushrooms?
no, God no, no.
Oh.
God, no, we like we had a thing for a few years, but it just I could not.
How does one find a shaman?
Yeah.
Yelp.
Google.
Craigslist.
Yelp.
That's the
Like,
average.
yeah, you
five
just
star
Right about
shaman.
all this stuff. This is all good.
Just about like my shamanism.
Ayahuasca.
Well, how it, you know,
How
you're
it's an
using
ego
it to
death.
find yourself.
Oh, and then I remember, so then I realized like I knew what I was doing. I used to like have people, you know, oversee me. And then I realized, why am I paying all this money? Like I can navigate myself, right? And I was doing it one time at my place with a friend who we had like this thing and like a spiritual.
Mushrooms or ayahuasca?
I've never done ayahuasca. I could never do ayahuasca for myself. And I was coming off of it, but like once you like break through, if you do heavy doses and you go through the dark and you go through all of that, and then you come out and you're like, oh my God, like life is so beautiful and you feel connected. Remember I'd get psychic hits. I'd be told things and I'd start calling people, and I was like getting all these messages, right? And I remember I called my parents, and my dad's like, are you high? And I was like, why would you say that? And like, because I was in a dark, they always knew me as a more depressed or darker person. And so they didn't know I was doing this medicine. And so then I was like, oh my God, it was terrible, they knew.
It means you never call us.
No, they just know I'm not usually like, hey,
That's
bye.
funny. So
And
where
then I
all
was
that
like,
stuff?
hey guys, life is so great. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You were manic. That's what happens
Well,
to me
it-
when I have manic episodes. Exactly, you're describing
Yeah.
a major manic episode.
Yeah.
I
But now I'm
get
just manic
psychic.
all the
I
time.
I can read people's thoughts. I get downloads of information. I start
You
knowing
get psychic.
things. Yeah.
But I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, to an extent, like,
But
it
you're
wasn't
not
like.
part of the grounded, rational world, so you're not really relating to people. And you're out there.
Yeah, you tapped into something.
Yeah, you do tap into something like.
Is it real or is it
No.
not real?
Oh, I think it's
Mine
fully
is real.
Who's giving you the messages?
You just can hear
Ghosts?
from on the other. I mean, if you believe in
Messages.
spirit,
From the other
if you
side?
believe in energy.
From the other side?
Yeah, like I
beyond the
remember
veil?
there, like yeah, you just.
I hear
Get this.
voices. Yeah.
That's us, Lisa.
No, I do hear voices talking to me. When I'm
That's
mad.
happened to me one time, but it was me in my future talking to me.
That's cool.
It was really fucking cool.
Were you
Which
high?
perspective
No, I
were
was
you
just
seeing
walking.
it from? You, or you, future?
No, all I was just walking to the subway to work, and I heard, it was just like I heard a voice, and I knew it was me, but it wasn't me. It was, like my voice was a little lower, and I knew it was me talking to me. Like, I don't know how to explain.
Did you listen to
What
it?
did she say?
guidance.
said, "Baby, you're gonna be a star."
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yay, she's gonna be a star.
And I knew it was me too because of how I said it too. It was like, "Baby, you're gonna be a star." And I was like, because I was having a tough day. And somehow I came through on the other side to help me out.
My grandpa always comes to me when I'm at my worst.
Really?
Yeah. And something you can do if you don't want to take drugs, you can go to Joshua Tree and you can do a sound bath.
I love sound baths.
At the Integratron, you get really crazy, weird visions. Like my
Yeah.
grandpa takes me there. Yeah. You don't
There's a
on
certain
anything.
breathing
I did a
meditation.
sound bath
at Two Bench Palms last month, but nothing happened.
What's really?
Class trip to Joshua Tree for sound bath.
If you go into the Integratron, it's like the most amazing. Like that's like
Is
a
this
big
music?
Dome. No, it's these
It's
big
vibration.
ceramic
Sound.
the balls.
Different,
Like
what
I
are
see,
those?
yeah.
That sounds like a
tuning
really
forks.
fun trip to go to Joshua Tree, and on the way home you go to Palm Springs, and then you go to Gamble.
I actually got that in.
Spiritual side, but then you gotta hit that casino.
The yin and the yang, man.
Yeah. All right. You ready?
Oh, we're moving on.
You're
Just
recording?
here's a list really quick. Yeah, I'm recording. Things that give you anxiety: microfibers, microplastics, microbes, cold soups, specifically gazpacho. I have commitment issues, and I want to find somebody that also has commitment issues, so we can be committed to being non-committed.
Wait, don't you have a boyfriend?
Yeah, I'm dating somebody. I don't want to call him my boyfriend because it's the commitment issue.
Oh, okay.
But you're jealous of him still?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I know.
You're jealous like a girlfriend, but then you're not a girlfriend.
Yeah, there are a lot of
You're not allowed to be my
issues
boyfriend.
there, for sure.
Awesome.
He deserves much better.
Aw.
He does. He really does.
What?
He's like such a sweet guy. He's
Well,
so
that
sweet.
makes
He's
sense,
so
yeah.
wonderful.
And you're the worst.
Yeah.
Very unattractive
I'm a
too.
monster.
I'm gonna stop her. She says it's
She's like, I'm gonna
this.
pause this recording while you guys heckle me.
Forced Spice Girl identity gave me anxiety when I was a kid.
What?
Like being
Like, which one are you?
Because you know, I was blonde and I had long hair when I was a kid, so I had to be baby, but I always wanted to be sporty.
I wanted to be ginger, but they were like, oh, you already have all the Spice Girls, so you can be like a cayenne pepper or something, like something up.
Oh my god!
I was
Like,
always
none of
baby
you guys
and
are
I
fucking
loved it.
redheads, no.
I was never a Spice
You
Girl.
could
I
be
feel
forced
so
into
out.
being ginger, right? Anyway, there's not a whole lot there.
Mark that one, because that's interesting.
Baby for life.
Jesus Christ.
Meredith, what?
That's badass.
My mom is. So my mom was brainwashed. She lives in Vegas, and my mom growing up was like very liberal. She was actually like a belly dancer. She's white, but belly dancing is like an Arabic dance. You know, and she like really loved it, and she was really good at it. But now she's like been brainwashed by Fox and like her boyfriend, and like now she's like racist and like that gives me
Republican?
so much anxiety. Yeah.
Oh.
Because I just feel like I can't bring anybody home.
Did
Is your
embarrassed?
boyfriend black?
Oh, I'm horribly embarrassed
Mhm.
by it. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
but you know, it's like your mom, but it's like she's a totally different person. We can't even talk about any of it. It's so weird. But yeah.
Call Dr. Phil.
Yeah, he'll know what to do.
Don't do that. I worked there. Don't ever do that.
God. Yeah, it's
I
like
know, my brother and his wife are very Republican, and they're getting worse.
They are.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like
My
it
mom
does get
too.
worse.
It's like a disease.
My mom-
My mom
It's
says are getting
like
worse.
the invasion of the body snatchers.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
it's really weird the way they talk, things they say out loud with no problem.
Yeah.
When they're with
Yeah.
their community of people, like-minded thinkers, yeah.
And not answering the questions and just saying to repeat what they've heard. You know, it's just they're repeating what they hear.
oh, it's awful.
That is fucking terrible.
So anyway, yeah. Something I want to talk about because I feel like it's really relevant and like, you know, a lot of people can relate, but I can't really find what's funny about it.
And that is.
Oh, you're talking about the one just about, yeah.
So living with 5 women, 2 of them being, you know, gay, and it's weird, like, when we're hanging out, it's just us 3, and then, you know, then they get really close and start cuddling, and it just, like, it gives me a lot of anxiety just being the third wheel. Like,
You've got to write
we were hanging out, and now you guys are making out, and then there's the other one who, like, brings her boyfriends over, like, a lot, and he is in the room above me, or they are in the room above me, and I can hear everything. It's like a very, you know, the thin wall thing.
Oh yeah.
And I have a little, like, thing that I don't really actually say it, but it's like just something I think. It's like, now I lay me down to sleep. Wait, now I lay me down to bed while my friends have sex on top of my head. If I die before I wake, please don't let it happen while I'm masturbating. That's it.
Oh my god, you have to write about living with 5 people.
Yeah.
And do you
That's
masturbate while they're having sex?
No, not really.
Not often.
No, I
Not
really
all the
just listen
time.
to
Not
waves.
every time.
I just put little headphones on and try to listen to anything.
Try to pretend I'm dead instead.
A lot of things give me anxiety, but honestly, many of them are coming to me right now.
Well, you had some good ones.
I got some
I want you to write about living in this house.
Okay.
Yeah.
House of horrors.
Literally.
Okay. I get very anxious about whether or not I've turned off my flat iron or curling iron, to the point where I'll text my mom and tell her that I did, so that I can check it later in the day when I'm like, did I? Or if I'm trying to not be crazy, I'll look at the outfit or jewelry that I have on and remember that the day that I was wearing that, I pulled the plug on the iron because I don't want my Yorkies trapped in a house fire that I started that could have been avoided. I don't care about my stuff, just my dogs. When I still played softball, I used to get super anxious about my at-bats because I played on a co-ed league and I didn't want to be the stereotypical girl who the outfield moved in for, and I wanted to get on base. I played softball like after school, like not like in school years, like as an adult I played. It wasn't my sport. So I played as hard as I could, to the point where I blew out my ACL in the championship game, running to first when we were down by 10 runs, and we had 2 outs already, and there were a string of girls in the lineup right behind me who, let's face it, were definitely going to get out. So that made me really anxious. I'm super, super fucking anxious about dying, to the point where sometimes I worry that I'm spending too much of my life thinking about my death. And also, what the fuck is with the fact that more people are afraid of public speaking than of dying, because that's crazy to me.
No, more of that one.
Because dying is obviously so much
You do more
easier.
public speaking than dying in your lifetime.
What the fuck, though?
Only
Like, you're
once.
dead, though.
And you can't fuck it up. It's
Public
like,
speaking has killed no one that I know of. I'm so anxious about the fact that I lost a library book that I waited until a few years after I'd been married to go in and get a new library card with my new name, and then I used my husband's phone number and a different email address just so that they wouldn't know it was me.
Oh my god, you're on the run.
From the librarian.
From the library.
Outlaw. Library outlaw.
I am.
Oh, like $10.
I'm anxious about the fact that I see my oncologist less often than when I was first diagnosed, even though that's a good thing. It's supposed to be a good thing when you see them less often. You see them less when you're less of a concern, but it makes me like really anxious that I'm like, when do I see you next? And he's like, 4 months. And I'm like, why? You don't want to see me sooner? I had strep a few weeks ago, and I was really anxious about going to sleep because I was worried I'd try to swallow in my sleep, and it was so painful that I'd try to stay awake longer to keep myself from swallowing, but you need sleep when you have strep to get well.
Oh.
I have anxiety about making sure I tell people I love them all the time in case one of us dies. There's a lot about death. I also get upset if my mom or my husband doesn't say I love you back over the phone, and then I go, I love you, so that they'll say it. Often it's just that my husband has a Google phone, which has shit reception, and I just didn't hear him say it because it cut out. And he's like, I said I love you.
Arguing.
I have weird anxieties or attachments to having the tools that I like to use, so I stockpile them, like a specific type of pen, or in the latest, most ridiculous case, I had to call my mom. My mom's my best friend. It makes me sound like a fucking nut job. I am a nut job, but also she's awesome. I had to call my mom to convince me to not buy a second copy of a 2019 planner I love, that I'd have it just in case. Like I was gonna buy a second planner just in case something happened to the first one. I have anxiety
But I
about.
like that your mom's your best friend. You gotta write about that.
Makes me sound so lame.
No, it doesn't.
Even as an adult, I'm like.
But are you her best friend?
Or knows that's true. I have anxiety about possibly getting buyer's remorse for online purchases, so I'll make my mom look at my cart online, or I'll run it by my husband, which he, like, it's for clothes. I'll run it by my husband, and he's like, this is above my pay grade. I don't know what the fuck. I get really bad road rage, but then when I get close to my destination, lately I've had anxiety that the person that I'm honking at or cussing at is going to be someone I know. I get anxiety about every single thing and their likelihood of causing cancer, and now I see Prop 65 warnings on everything, and even though I know Prop 65 has become laughable and ineffective, I'm still like, but cancer. I get really worried after a night of blackout drunk drinking that I will have given away my wedding and engagement rings, not necessarily lose them, but that I will have somehow given them away. I get
interesting.
Take my ring.
Like, I don't know in what context that would ever
like,
fucking happen. I know. Like, have some diamonds.
Just balling out.
I don't know what the fuck that would. I don't know what would cause that, but that's my worry. I get so anxious about being right that I lost my fluency in Spanish because I wouldn't speak to native Spanish speakers because I was worried I might conjugate a verb incorrectly. I was so anxious about not having done my homework when I was a kid that I would make myself physically ill if I had somehow forgotten an assignment and I'd be sent home sick, like legitimately sick. I went to private school and they would call it a green card if you didn't do your homework. I didn't want a green card and I never got one. I was also desperately afraid of getting detention, even though I never misbehaved and my nickname growing up was Little Miss Goody Two Shoes. I also got broken up with by my 8th grade boyfriend on Valentine's Day because I wouldn't kiss him or hold hands with him because both were against the rules.
Aww.
And I had chocolates and everything for him. So mean.
Oh, mark that.
Mark that sad.
Because you did give him a blowjob, right?
No.
Those ones were definitely against the rules. No BJs.
That was so hard, like the Valentine's when you have to give it to the boy.
All right. Good work, everybody. Now you're gonna turn a few of these into jokes, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna take them home, and you know how to write jokes now, because we've just done that for the last 6 weeks. We did a bite and switch, we did a rule of threes, we did a act out, we did, you know how to write twists, you did pop culture, you know how to write one-liners, you know what a setup is, and a punchline, and a physical comedy bit. So turn these into something. Take them home, bring a couple of them in next week, and bring in your set that you plan on doing at the showcase, because next week is rehearsal. What's the set you want to do?
Yay!
I know. Next week's my last class. Because I'm missing the last class. I'm so sad.
Yeah, so bring in everything memorized and ready to go.
There's open mic Wednesday too.
Where is it again?
Fourth wall.
Where is it though?
On Burbank.
And what?
What is it?
Close at 7, right?
Yeah, it's at 7 o'clock.
It's 2 more classes.
I don't know the address, but I know it's on Burbank.
Burbank and Colfax.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
But it's on Comedy Bureau. The address is.
Man, I got so much to do this week.
How do you arrange a set? Like, I mean, if you have the material.
You start with you want to start with your second funniest bit and close with your funniest bit.
So we're doing 2 bits basically?
Start with your second funniest and close with your funniest.
Plenty of bits, so just open with your second funniest, close with your funniest.
Yeah. Because if you have a lot of one-liners, is it okay to just have, like, even if they don't segue to each other?
No, there are no forced segues in comedy. You just change the subject.
Really? Okay.
Yep. As a matter of fact, don't even try to connect 2 thoughts that have nothing to do with each other with a line of dialogue. It looks so weird. It doesn't sound right.
That's great to know.
So sounds like a monologue.
Yeah, it's not a monologue.
If they're not related, should we try to group them?
Don't try to group them.
Just move on to the next unrelated
that's
thing.
why I was.
Period.
I was
It's like
very
useful
useful.
we're talking in lines of like a subject. Like she should talk about a section she has. Like she not go to like something that doesn't fall in that
Nope. You can talk about
Hers will all
anything you
fall
want
on
in your
that
5
genre.
minutes. What?
Hers will all fall on that.
No, I know. Bad example.
I mean, if I'm talking about ayahuasca, do I want to talk about ayahuasca for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I
All
talking
of your,
about
I want to hear about all of your experiences.
So fascinating. There's like
all the horrible things that have happened in my life.
we picked your brain for like a half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Several
just
occasions.
anticipate all the questions that people in the audience would have and answer them in your act.
Think about all the questions that people do ask you, and then.
Or the questions that we asked, you can look back at the footage and then write jokes from the questions that we asked.
Yeah, your ayahuasca and your relationship stuff.
The Michael Jackson thing's crazy. Didn't you grow up in Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
So you're used to compulsive gamblers. You probably.
My mom.
Your mom is?
Mm-hmm.
And now she's a Republican. That's what happens right here.
Yeah.
There's no successful compulsive gambler.
People have livings out of gambling, though, right?
No. Poker.
Like poker, yeah. But they're also not compulsive gamblers.
Yeah,
They're not just like,
poker
I gotta
players.
keep playing, I gotta, like, they're very tactical about
My
it.
sister is, but she's isn't
I thought about it yesterday. I was like, there's no happy ending to this
No.
problem.
No.
Like, I've got to get help or,
I'm surprised you still do it because you gave up all, like, it's an addiction, so I'm
Yeah.
surprised that you.
It's just like eating chocolate or having sex or drinking or anything
like
else.
so
Well, but
many
she's
things.
given up
Yes.
so many things,
It's so
so
much
I
more
thought.
expensive. Just
She
go
needs
back
something.
to drinking.
But at least it
Yeah,
doesn't
do those
help
go
when you
hand in
think
hand?
that casino always wins. Like
Yeah,
it's-
have
it's
somebody
I would have
wins.
thought that it would
You
make
still-
you quit. No? They don't make you quit that?
They don't force you to do anything.
Well, I know, but frown on it.
They don't frown on
But
you.
so did drinking
I don't really get
and
it.
being
I've
in the
never been.
casino
It's extremely supportive
ever
environment.
No.
related?
No.
You know what you could do is you could help Isabella's husband and then you'll have somebody to live with.
He's a gambler?
Big time. It's awful.
Really?
Yeah. Like he'll go on a business trip and then call Isabella and say, I spent the hotel money, please send more.
Oh my god.
And she can't say no because she has to get her immigration card.
Oh, shit.
So she's like, and he's just
Isabella, the comedian Isabella?
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Brit?
Mm-hmm.
No way. She's married? That's what I
Yeah.
took away from that.
Yeah.
She's married, huh?
To a gambler, yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And he
it's a weird-
told her to go
it's
to
a
a meeting.
weird, personality type, isn't it? The gambler.
Yeah. I remember one day, like my mom picked me up from school. So